Yo, what's poppin', everybody? Welcome back to the podcast. Another episode of Caffeine and Green with your man, Connor Cardenas. And per usual, I want to make sure that you guys are heading to the Caffeine and Green brick and mortar shop. That's right. We're talking about the location that we have here in North Park, San Diego. That's right. 3072 El Cajon Boulevard. You guys can cruise by any day of the week except for Mondays. We're closed on Mondays because we're roasting. But Tuesday through Saturday, we are open 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. And then on Sundays, we are open 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. So cruise on up. I'll make you a latte, any type of coffee drink that you would like. Also, you can get any of the coffee bags that you see, the Issa Blend, the Notorious, the El Cajon, the Bendiciones. All of them are available at the shop. You can also get any merch. We're talking mugs, T-shirts, etc. So, guys, make sure you're cruising through 3072 El Cajon Boulevard. Pull up. All right. My guest today is quite an amazing person. I'm talking about my homegirl, Lanisa Williams. Lanisa came down from LA yesterday, and she shared her amazing story. It was a long podcast, but it was a super, super amazing podcast. Her story is second to none. I highly encourage that you guys listen to this whole thing. It is so amazing, and it was like super inspiring and like really moving to listen to her speak, and I truly enjoyed it, and I hope you guys will too. So without further ado, my homegirl, Lanisa Williams. This your time to shine, homegirl. Let's go. Caffeine and green. It's your boy Connor. What's good? Good. Caffeine and green. We're live.
Yes.
Lanisa Williams, welcome to the show. Welcome to Caffeine and Green.
Yeah.
Cheers. I know you just put it down. Sorry, my bad. Cheers.
Definitely.
Drinking on the new Mike Hess Vietnamese coffee stout. I roasted the coffee for this one as well, so it's the second stout that I've been very lucky to have a part in this holiday season.
Very good.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I'm super stoked. It's heavy. It's nice. It had a bit of crema we were talking about.
Yeah.
Dude. But that's neither here nor there. Why you are on the show, miss. Did you come down from LA today?
I did.
Did you?
Yeah.
Wow. I feel honored. Thank you so much. I really do. I thought you were going to be in town for holidays, and I was like, I don't know.
I was going to stay, but I had some stuff to take care of, so I drove back home Saturday. Did a couple things out there, back home, LA. And then I drove down today. Yeah.
Where do you live in LA?
So I live in Long Beach now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So not too
It's
far.
not that bad.
Yeah. It's just on the other side of Orange County. Is that Orange County?
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
okay.
The freeway that I live off of, like the 91, just slides me straight.
Do you take the toll road?
No, I had to stop. It's the same distance.
Dude, but
like,
it's just so much nicer.
That is true.
It's just so much
But it's like a 2-minute difference. I'm just like, so weird. The last time I was out here for a throwdown, I took the toll, and then it clocked me, but it didn't give me like the warning thing, and like my bill was like $100 and something. I was like, oh fuck no. So I was like, no, we're not taking the toll roads no more. Dude, I need to get one of those things.
Dude, yeah, no, I did that in the Bay Area. Yeah. Like I went on Christmas last year. I went on to cross the Golden Gate Bridge because I wanted to see it from the other side. You know, like how people take the photos. Like,
yeah.
And then as I was crossing back, I was like, this is fast track. I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm barging it. But then I got the ticket and it was like $70.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not paying this.
Right. I usually wait till my registration is due, and then I pay like all my tickets. But recently, like last year, my registration was like $250.
Mm-hmm.
I paid $1,800 because I had so many fucking tickets.
Dude.
And I was like, yeah, we're not doing this no more.
I can relate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't get to that amount, but dude, it got damn near 1,000. And because like last year I had, dude, in North Park here, there's no parking.
That's what I was about to say. Like downtown, there's no park. It was at the time I lived downtown, so it was like it sucked.
Dude, you always get tickets. Like
yeah.
I think I had 3 tickets plus the Golden Gate. They put that one on there. So my registration it's a little bit more than 250, but like my registration was like, I don't know, maybe $300. Okay. And then with the fucking tickets though, dude, it was almost $1,000. Yeah. I was like, I paid it.
Yeah,
I
of course.
waited until I fucking registration was due, but then I paid it and I was like, I'm not doing this again. Like,
Seriously, I paid it, my registration, everything. I still haven't even put the sticker on my car yet. And I was testing it out. Like, are they really gonna pull me over because my sticker's not on there?
oh yeah.
But I haven't gotten pulled over.
Knock on wood, dude.
Yo,
Knock on wood,
and
dude.
I think I have it in my car. It's not like I don't have it, but like I've had sheriffs come behind me and everything, and I'm just like, they running my shit.
Oh, dude,
And
guaranteed.
I know they are, but they see that it's already like that. My car is registered, so they just boop and they just go around. I'm just like, all right.
Dude, I've gotten stopped by so many cops, and they're like, I'm like, yo, I paid it. I just haven't got the ticket yet. They're like, or the thing yet. They're like, fix it, ticket. Dude. But like I've also, dude, when
Let
it
me
comes,
get out of this city.
dude, for real, dude, I've been stopped doing 71 on the freeway.
Hell no.
Guy was like, you know how fast you were going? And my dumbass, I was like, I'm 75. He was like, 71. It's like,
What was it in, like a 55 or something?
dude, no, it was on the fucking freeway where the 805 and the 5 split. So it's like, dude, you know everybody's doing at least 80.
Right.
And my homeboy was with me sitting in the car, and it was so funny. My boy Derm. We're sitting there, and I was like, when he said like, get 71, I looked at Derm, and Derm was like, and I was like, we kind of had this like look like, what the fuck?
Like, damn.
Okay, wait, so you're pulling me over for 71 miles an hour? There's got to be something wrong here.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They just need to, get their quotas in.
Dude, good quota. Dude, that's a whole nother thing.
Yep.
I could talk about that shit forever. Okay. Why you are here, though? You are, I met you via Instagram.
Yes.
Barista Life LA.
Yes.
You are a coffee professional. So for all our listeners around the world, you're a coffee professional, but you're like, I mean, in my opinion, like when I saw some of the people that follow you, like, I don't know, I sound so stupid, but like, when I see like a coffee professional that's being followed by like, I don't know, Barista Magazine or, Golden Bean North America, like Sprudge Magazine, Daily Coffee, something like these people who carry a name in the specialty coffee industry or just the coffee industry in general. When I see these people who are following you and then like they're following all these other people, I'm like, who is this person? And then like I'm looking, and then I see, I start following you, and then I start watching. Like I'm following your life, I'm following your stories, and then what got me was you were on a podcast.
Yes.
And you said something to me that resonated with me that was very similar to skateboarding. Okay. There's a lot of skateboarders commonly say, skateboarding saved my life. A lot of fighters will say, fighting saved my life. From XYZ.
Right.
You're the first person. I've been in coffee for 7 years, but you're the first person that's like been very verbal about coffee saved your life.
Yes.
And when I heard your story, or at least like the snippet from what you had posted on Instagram, I was really intrigued. And then we started corresponding via Instagram, like, yo, you should, if you're ever here, or something along those lines. And you were like, yo, I'm going to come through your shop. Like, I've actually been seeing your shop. Like, yeah. So I was like, yeah. And then you came in, we talked, we hung out for a while, had some coffee.
Yeah.
And it was so interesting hearing your story. And so for everybody who hasn't heard it, I want to start at the beginning.
Okay.
If, what brought you into coffee, and then what brought you back, and how it changed your life?
Okay. So what brought me to coffee was I basically had moved to the East Coast. I had moved to D.C., Maryland area. My sister got a job. My oldest sister got a job working for the government, and I was trying to get out of a situation. So she was like, "Yo, do you think that you would want to come help me?" Because at the time, I have quite a few nieces and I have 2 nephews, but they were young and they weren't. Well, my nephew wasn't able to go to school. He wasn't at the age yet, so she needed somebody to watch him. Like,
you're from LA?
Born and raised.
Born and raised. Okay, so
Yes.
this is going okay.
So my sister was like, yo, do you think that you would want to come out and try, get away from whatever, the situation that you're in and do something different? Like, we need something different. Now, mind you, this would be my absolutely first time getting on an airplane, like
Ever?
So growing up, we were involved in the church, and there were just a bunch of different stuff that we were exposed to. So the first time I got on a plane was a private plane.
Stop. Okay.
one of like the not the bishops, but like the
Pastor?
not a pastor, but he was head of something at the church. I honestly can't remember, or he just was there. He invited us to go because he was a pilot, and he was like, come to Van Nuys Airport and we will, show you around. And so it was, me and my sisters and we went. That was the first time. We actually got to fly it like ourselves. Like, of course he was in the cockpit with us, but we got to like fly over LA, and I was like, I had never experienced anything like that before. And that was probably another 10 years before I actually got on an actual plane.
Whoa.
Yeah. And I was like, hell yeah. Like, I'm trying to get away from whatever, the situation I'm in. Let me, figure some stuff out. And yeah, I moved to the East Coast with my sister. We, not knowing the weather, we go in December, it's snowing. We have no furniture, no nothing, like at the house. My sister, we just get this condo. It's me, my mom, my niece and my nephew, and my sister. We all fly over there. And yeah, it was the most wildest experience I've ever had, like flying on a plane and not knowing that because the plane ride was so long, like the food was free. Like and literally like sitting in 4 rows in front of my family because they got their rows over here.
Yeah.
And the lady, like the stewardess comes by and it's like, do you want, what do you want? It's like, oh no, because like I ain't got no money. So
yeah,
I just roll back to sleep. I wake up to like my whole family eating over there. And I'm just like, what? Like, it's free. By then, it's already over. So I missed out. But
yo, we can stop at like the inside the McDonald's or something. I'm fucking starving, yo.
But like literally, I moved over there with just like the clothes in my bag and the jacket that I had, and I slept in that jacket for 2 nights, because we had no blankets or anything like that.
Sure.
Yeah, like started back from the bottom. The only thing my mom, she was able to borrow a blow up mattress for her and the kids, and me and my sister slept on the floor like cuddled up with jackets, like no bullshit. Yeah.
Heavy.
Yeah. So like I'm gonna say the first 6 months, I was waiting for my nephew's birthday, basically, yeah, for his birthday to come around, so that he could then go to school. So I just babysat and watched them, made sure breakfast, lunch, and dinner was ready for all of them, did laundry, like I was just like Susie housemaid, and I actually enjoyed that because I had been working extremely hard, and I was like, oh, this is a little break. So then he became, he was able to go to school, and I was like, yo, I got to figure out what I'm going to do. So I went on like Craigslist, and Starbucks was hiring. So I applied, and I've only heard good things then I like about Starbucks. They take care of you, they pay you, you get benefits. And
you get like stock in the company.
Yeah, that's all I had never had a job like that before. So that's all I was like, all right, yeah, hell yeah. Like, so I went and applied, and I got supervisor position.
From jump?
From jump.
Damn.
And I was like, all right, cool. Like, I get paid a little bit more. I can tell people what to do and stuff like that. I'm like, all right, this is cool. I worked on 3rd and Pennsylvania. So I was across from the Congress Library. I had Secret Service. I had the Capitol Police. I had black cars pulling up to get coffee at the Starbucks that I worked at. And I enjoyed it. And it was just people that what I enjoyed about living in Maryland, D.C., was like I had never seen like black professionals like walking around in suit and ties and women in like a work suit and stuff. Like I had never really seen that, and the amount of people that I was like, damn, like this is really Chocolate City, like like with boom, like we got opportunity out here.
Yo, yeah.
And that was the first time I had ever worked with like black people, like outside of like a family business and stuff like that, like working with other black people. And at first I thought that was just dope. Like I was like, oh, okay, we seen out here, and I was like, all right, cool. So I worked at Starbucks for a total of like 5.5 years. I did 2 years in DC, and then I came back to California. But I just enjoyed. I just enjoyed the customer service. Like I love seeing people like walk away with a smile, or like just, you know, they don't say anything to anybody until they get their cup of coffee, and the thing that they say is thank you to you because you handed in that cup of coffee. Like I just enjoyed that, and conversations that I would have with people that I wouldn't speak to me. Like I would walk down the, you know, just you wouldn't normally have a conversation with these types of people, but they were willing to open up and, you know, my daughter, my kid, they're doing this, and I'm just like, okay, like I'm just making drinks, but you're willing to open up.
Yeah, you're venting. Yeah.
Right. And
it's
it was
a bar for the morning.
It is.
Yeah.
And it was like a cup of coffee is making people open up. Like, what is this liquid gold that we got here that I have, that I've only tasted from, you know, my mom's little can, or, you know, the instant coffee and stuff like that, or the one at church and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what I fell in love with. And like, just like the opportunity that they did give me, and learning and just being in the community. I had never like experienced that before. So I definitely enjoyed, and I'm thankful that, you know, Starbucks gave me the opportunity at the time to learn as much as I could. I mean, they weren't giving like coffee education, you know, it was the bare minimum. Here's a French press, or here's the coffee. That's the bare minimum that I got from there. And then I came back to LA, and it's different.
In what way?
I'm the only black person on my staff.
Oh, in that way.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Not
Okay.
in like
I didn't
the
think
just
about
the
that.
environment is like where I was. I ended up working at in East LA. And then they've moved me to, I got in a car accident, and so I didn't have a car. So then I ended up going to Canyon Country because my mom had moved out there.
Canyon Country?
Yeah, Saugus, Valencia, Magic Mountain.
Oh, I was about to say Saugus? You're throwing names I don't even never heard of, but like, okay, Valencia, yeah, Magic Mountain. Okay, yeah.
So I ended up working or taking over that shop over there off of White's Canyon, which it's still there. And it was cool. Like, I didn't have a problem in East LA. Like, I got along with all the Hispanic people. Like, I grew up with them as well. So I really didn't see color and then I went out there and I noticed, like, you're the only black person, like, for real.
Yeah, it's very interesting out there for sure. Yeah, I'm very familiar with that area. Like Sylmar too. Like,
yeah.
oh yeah.
I lived in Sylmar, like my teen years.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah.
My
dude.
sister went to Sylmar High School. Yeah.
Damn. So they have the blue rails. You know how famous that school is for skateboarding, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually lived in the gymnasium.
What?
When the earthquake happened, our whole house collapsed. I lived across the street from it.
What?
So when our apartment collapsed from the '94 earthquake, all the shelter was a gymnasium. Yeah, it's fucking weird, dude.
Dude, crazy like parallels. This is so
Yeah,
fucked.
I used to catch the bus right over there to take me to bus me to the school. I went to Granada Hills High School, so all me and my sisters, well, they didn't go, but our bus stop was right over there, and we had to take the bus. I took the bus all the way to my high school. My sister went to Sylmar because she played basketball there, and they recruited her. But yeah, I grew up all in it. I feel like I've grown up.
Like LA County.
Yeah.
You're not even LA. You're LA County.
Yeah.
You're the whole fucking. You're the whole
I've lived
thing.
in Lancaster before. I
Land.
lived in Woodland Hills. I've definitely have moved a lot. I lived in Van Nuys when, like, at some points in our life we were homeless and, like, we didn't have nowhere to stay, so we lived in a hotel. Like, it's just like we've lived out the cart. It's crazy.
Yo.
Yeah, but yeah. So I worked at that Starbucks, and I had a customer that would come in, and he would just call me outside my name, or like he just didn't like the fact that there was a black person working at that shop.
Call me outside my name.
Yeah.
What a way to put it. Okay. Like, wow. Okay. Yes. Very, very well put. Okay.
Or he would be like, I don't want the black girl making my drink. Or
Dude,
like,
stop.
they'd be like, what the fuck? Like,
your ass is so out of pocket right now. You need to calm down. Like,
I'm just like, I'm pretty much the only one who can see, like what's really going on. Like, I went to my boss and I was like, yo, like, what am I supposed to do? Just, the customer is not always fucking right. And the thing was, like, people heard him and didn't do anything. And I was just like, y'all don't give a fuck because it's not, that don't bother y'all. Like, you probably thinking it. In my mind, like, but he's the one just verbally saying it. So, yeah, the advice was, just when he comes in, just go to the back. Like, how you want me to run your fucking store, but you want me to go sit in the back when somebody comes? Yeah.
Go to the back? Fuck.
Yeah.
Stop it. Like, yo, dude, I want to say some other things, but I'll keep it PG right now. Woo! Go to the back. I'll be like, dude, fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So, he caught me on a wrong day. Caught me on a day. I don't know what was in my mind, but it wasn't. I'm about to be taking this anymore.
Yeah, yeah. Fuck yeah.
And I was still on the clock. I just, I was like, man, we could take this outside, bro. Like, you're not just about to disrespect me. Like, I've taken this for as long as I can, and we proceeded to go outside. And I'm not gonna say I won. I'm not gonna say he won. I'm not gonna nobody. We walked away from the motherfucker. But, somebody walked away with a black eye and somebody didn't. That's it, yo. Like, I'm not saying, like, I could beat up everybody, but I wasn't taking no shit.
Dude, as you shouldn't.
Yeah.
Like, straight up. Like, hey, I understand, like, that move can cost you your job, obviously. But the fact that you stood up for yourself and the fact that was, like, even tolerated is unacceptable, in my opinion. And then the fact that you stood up for yourself, it's like, dude, good for you.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I had to. It was like, come on, man. So, yeah, that did definitely cost me my job. And then from there, I went to, what did I do? Like, that's what made me, like, not really want to fuck with coffee anymore. And I was like, this shit is bullshit. Like, it's just, it's Starbucks. Customers are always right. Like, I don't got time for that shit. I ended up working at Magic Mountain.
Did you really?
Yeah. I'm actually banned.
Banned? Goddamn, what did you do there? You fucking squared up with somebody else again, didn't you? Stop playing.
No. So I worked at Magic Mountain, and I only worked there, I think, like, maybe 6 months. But I was dealing with the young lady, and at first when we got together, like, I really didn't have no job, so I was taking care of her kid, and that's not me. Like, I mean, my family, yeah, but somebody else's kid, like, I don't even, like, I like your mom, but, like, that don't mean I gotta be with,
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck this, I gotta get a job.
Yeah.
So I ended up working at Magic Mountain. I worked at the toll booth. So where everyone comes in for parking.
Tickets. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
The parking structure or the parking lot area. So I worked collecting or giving out parking vouchers or clearance. I also worked. There's a dog like stable. Like if you have your dog or you're on vacation, whatever, you can leave your dog inside there for a price, and we watch your dog. Like
Whoa.
Yeah. And then also on the Amtrak or the trolley that goes from the parking lot to the front. Mm-hmm. And there's a little spiel you have to say. So I did that. But I worked. So I got my friend a job there, but he ended up working at Hurricane Harbor. And we would just, conversate. We were both like, not doing well, we were just not living off of our significant other, but like we were there with them, And I was like, bro, we got to do something different. And for like a month, I kept on getting scheduled to do the parking lot. And basically you're collecting the money and you're giving them a ticket to go park their car. And the amount of money that I was getting, I was like, so nobody's clocking this money. There's no like safety box. There is a safety box at the time, but they make you walk all that money to another room, like in the park. Yeah.
So you're just like walking around with a shitload of cash on you.
Yes, and people don't know this.
But it's all like cash transactions.
Yeah.
It's not even cards.
No.
So you can like skim it essentially because they don't know. I mean, well,
They do know because they can how many tickets you give out versus how much money you have. So that's how they kept account of everything. And also there's a camera inside of each of the boxes, but there's always ways around everything.
Of course.
Yeah. So the relationship that I was in, she was cheating, and like I knew, but I didn't bring it to her attention. I just changed my ways. Like, yeah, I just ended up changing my ways, like how I dealt with her. And it was like 4th of July or 4th of July weekend or something like that. I know it was a busy season. It was summer. And I clocked like $15K just on fucking parking. And I was like, okay. And I told my friend, I was like, bro, how much you getting over there? And he told me, I was like, bro, we about to rob this motherfucker. Like, look, my mama, not my mom wasn't hungry or nothing like that, but like she was working, and I was just like, I always felt like I had to be the kid that like put money in your mailbox, or make sure you have that expensive gift on your Christmas list. I'm gonna make something happen. But yeah, so basically, I robbed them hoes.
For all 15K?
I had a little more than that, but yeah. Yeah. And when I did that, and I had already booked my flight to Atlanta because my sister had got transferred to Atlanta, so I was already making moves to make sure I was taken care of. So I did my deed, quit the job, went back to pick up my last motherfucking check, and I was nervous. I was nervous as fuck. Like, damn, they about to I'm feeling like I'm about to get arrested as soon as I go pick up this $300 check. And I picked that joint up, drove back to motherfucking Lancaster, got my shit together, I had booked my flight, and like within like 3 days, I was out, and I had moved to Atlanta.
How like the first question that comes to my head is like, they know they need to be receiving the money. So what did you do? Did like you just grabbed it and left?
Yeah. So you have to make drops, like, them drop bags and shit like that. Yeah. So there is a box down there, but there's no key or nothing. You just drop it in there. Like, you wrap it up. If you hit a certain amount, your register can't carry, can't hold it. So you put it in there. And the way the cameras are positioned is kind of just like looking straight down at you. So, I mean, I ain't small, so I just figured out how to like block the camera.
Yeah, like use your body or whatever.
Yeah, and just slide it in my pants and
dang.
I pretty much just walked out. Like once your shift is over, you're supposed to walk into the park, into the behind somewhere, and there's like a huge safe back there that you have to just check it in. I didn't fucking do that. I told the homie, come pull up. Pull up, I'm going to hop in, we out this motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's what we did.
Damn.
On the same day, he did his, I did. Bro ain't never been caught. Like, yeah. I went to jail.
Yeah.
He didn't go to jail, but I did. Damn. So I get the money, I split it with the young lady. Not split it. I'd break her off with some and like, man, take care of your bills or whatever, because I already know I'm leaving. I send money to my sister. I go to the hood, to my spot. And I break off the little homies. We all go out to eat. We blowing big weed. Like, we hanging out. We doing shit. A bitch ain't came up. So we got to splurge. Like, these are the niggas I be fucking with.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then flew out to Atlanta. And I was cool for like, I'm going to say like 3 months. I was out there. Maybe a little bit less.
Is this like pre-Instagram and shit too? Facebook, yeah. MySpace? So
this is MySpace. This is when we had the sidekick slide up, sling.
So social media wasn't like a thing. Like,
nah.
You were like pretty low key about this. Like, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, my sister. So I get to Atlanta, and my sister's like, you could just chill, cause like I broke her off with somebody, and she was like, you can do it, just chill. And I'm like, cool. But I was like, I need a job. Like, I ain't just about to sit at, I can't. So I ended up applying at the Lego store in Lawrenceville. And I got the job there. But then I was working there probably about a month, and I got a phone call from my mom, and she's like, can you call me when you get home? And I'm like, yeah. I get home, I call my mom, and she's like, so everyone in my family calls me Nikki. We don't know how I got this name. We just know that's my name. Like, if you fam, that's what you call me. So she's like, Nick. I'm like, yeah. She's like, I just got off the phone with the FBI. I'm like, the FBI? I'm like, what's up? She's like, just to be honest with me, yes or no? And I'm like, yes or no what, Mom? She's like, did you do it?
Yeah.
I'm like, what? They said you robbed Magic Mountain. And I mean, I'm sitting there with my older sister, and we looking at each other, and I'm like, I ain't got to lie to my mom for nothing, you know?
Yeah.
I know, regardless, my mom's going to love me. That's definitely how I feel. So I was like, yeah. I did it. And she was like, okay, what do you want me to do? Because they asking where you at. Ooh. And I was like, give me their number. I'll talk to them. Like, I don't, my mom has gangbanged. She been to the penitentiary. My mom already done her shit. So this stuff, in my mind, I'm like, this has nothing to do with you. I don't need you caught up in nothing. Like, nah. So I said, tell them, give me the number. I'll call them myself. So I called them. And I was like
a G, dude. What the fuck? You're calling the FBI? Like, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I'll be calling right now.
I did. I called them, and they're like, I was like, hey, this is Lanisa. I said, such and such called. My mom asking for me, so here I am. What do you guys, like, basically, what do you guys want? We're like, well, we have, a warrant out for your arrest from Magic Mountain. They full, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, all right. I'm like, well, what do you guys want to do? Well, we can extradite you and get you on a plane, and you'll be in handcuffs, or you can book your own flight and come back. I was like, cool.
Fair enough.
I said, can I get some stuff situated out here? Like, and like, yeah, basically it was like, you have a week, or we're going to come get you. And I was like, all right, cool. So I talked to my job, and I was like, hey, I got to go back to California to go take care of some stuff. So I arranged to get transferred to the Glendale Galleria.
Dude, making moves, like, still, like,
I have to. I've watched my mom hustle like a motherfucker. Like, I watched her wear the same pair of pants for 2 years straight, just so that we could have, some feelers. Because that's all I didn't give a fuck about no Jordans, but I thought feelers was dope. I just watched, and I was like, yeah, I've always, like, hustled. So I told them. They said, all right. They got me transferred. I called the FBI. I was like, yo, I'll be in on such and such day. So I flew back. I packed up all my shit, and I flew back. And I had to go sleep on my mom's couch. Damn. And she still had my 3 younger sisters at the house. So it was a 2-bedroom with them 3 in one room, me on the couch, my mom in the room, and then we somehow had a dog when I got back.
You're like, hey.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I go to court. My mom takes me to court. She took me to every court date that I had to go to. She was right there, and and they arrested me that day. I had to go to the Santa Clarita courthouse, and they arrested me that day. And I was about to, like, honestly, I was about to break down, because it wasn't like, oh, I was mad that I got in trouble. It was just like the look on my mama's face, and I was like, fuck, like, I disappointed her, So they let me off on OR. Like, I went in on a Friday, I got out on Sunday. And
what does OR mean?
Your own recognizance, meaning that you're gonna come back to court.
Oh wow.
Yeah. This is your first time. They're lenient, like, oh, this person doesn't have, like, a record or anything like that we can look at. Like, she ain't been involved in anything. So we're going to give you a chance to come back and come to court. So I went to court. Every month I went to court. I think for about 4 or 5 months, I basically was fighting the case. Not even fighting it, but just, like, they had to, like, gain all their evidence or whatever they were trying to do, and they finally was like, oh, this is the deal that we got. And mind you, I'm still working at the Legos. I'm working at the Lego store. And I'm not telling them like I'm going to court. I'm just like, I have to take care of some, some business on the days I need off or whatever.
Like super heavy days.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And days I don't know if I'm going to come back, like if I have to,
Yeah.
but I'm letting them know like, hey, I got to take this, whoop-de-whoop. So they let me, I come back to court for the next 5-6 months, 4 or 5 months. And then they finally give me the deal. And I'm just like, that sounds pretty reasonable to me.
Yeah.
Like what they gave me. I'm just like, okay, like I'll take that. And it was 180 days, 30 days of community service. And I left with an embezzlement, theft, and robbery felonies.
Oof.
Yeah.
They give you like, does that count as a strike?
Yes.
Two
No,
strikes?
just one.
Just one.
Yeah.
Oof. At least just one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I do my little time. But what happened was I got sick when I was locked up. I didn't use... First time being locked up with somebody else in your bunkie, I didn't use the bathroom in there, motherfucker. Like, I was terrified to take a shit. Like, I was like, oh, nah, this...
Yeah, no.
So I ended up getting backed up in my intestines. What? Yeah. And so I had to go to the doctor for that, and it was a whole thing. You in the hospital, you handcuffed. Like, yeah. So they ended up... All right. My mom's friend works for the FBI.
Yeah.
And we had house sitted for him when we didn't have nowhere to stay. So I was like, just holler at this, holler at your people.
Yeah. Jesus.
My one time, like,
So I gotta pull a favor, bro.
I have
like,
to.
Yeah.
I was like, this ain't for me. I was like, this not what I need to be doing. Like, I don't want to sit in this motherfucker. I did 4 weeks. I did a month and got out.
Damn.
But I had to do 30 days of community service. I still left with everything. But I got out. And I didn't tell my job yet because I told my job, like, I need to take a sabbatical from work. And they're like, okay, Lanisa, like, no worries. And it was like, 6 months. I was like, yeah, I take care of some stuff. And they're like, cool, go ahead, take care of it. But I got out early and I hit my job like, yo, I'm back. And they're just like, all right, you're back on the schedule.
At Legoland.
Not at Legoland, at the Lego store.
At the Lego store, sorry, yeah.
Yeah. So I let me run to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're back.
We're back. Where was I at?
You were saying that you had just got back to your work. You said they put you back on the schedule.
They put me back on the schedule. And I was back to basically like unloading the truck and the back house, basically, which was fine. I had a job, so that's all I fucking cared about.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got back working, and I worked for like, it was like I worked for the Lego company for about a total of 5 years. So.
Damn, you were a loyal
am.
worker, dude. You like work for a company.
Yeah, I really do. But I got promoted to like shift lead in a year. And then there's a bunch of changes that happened. And then assistant manager came up. I applied for that, got it. And, and it came to a point, it was like, so at the time there were only like a handful of Lego stores in the United States. Like it was hard, not hard, but it was like they had one downtown Disney, Glendale, those are only like there were only literally like a handful of shops. They ended up opening another one in Orange County. What is it? South Coast Plaza.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of people got switched. It was a movement. So that meant that there was a position to open, and I applied for store manager. And no one told me like, oh, this is what you need to come with or anything. Like they told everybody else who was doing it, but I didn't get that. I didn't get that memo. Mm-hmm. So I went in, I did it. they was like, oh, you would have gotten it, but A, B, and C. And I was like, well, if y'all would have told me off top, like, you know. So I just felt like I kept on getting passed over, and it wasn't. What I was thinking was like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but again, being the only, and I'm not trying to use this is the crutch, but like being the only black person there, like you stand out, like people know who you are and stuff like that. I ended up finding out that the manager when I got transferred over there, like she didn't want to let me get transferred when she met me because she found out I was black. Like literally, another manager told me that. I was just like, damn, that bitch got fired anyway. So
yeah,
shit, she did. They can't out. But yeah, and I was just like, dang. Like I'm not bringing in all these people, but these people are coming in and requesting to like holla at me. I had Al Pacino, Beverly D'Angelo, like bringing their kids in to get Legos. What? And they're like, hey, can we holler at Lanisa? Like, can we talk to her? Like, I'll get down to their kids' level. Like, their kids, they have a set of twins and they're autistic. What? That doesn't bother me. Like,
why would it though? Like, yo, you're a person. Yeah, it's a kid. Like,
it's a kid. And he would have his like nanny. It was a guy who would come in for the little boy. And we would just have conversations. Yeah. Like, and just talk, and it was just really cool. Like, I had the game come. I had so many people, like, literally come in and, like, yeah, we just
the game?
Yeah. Dude, he used to come in with his kids and, like, you know, what's the most expensive thing in here? My nigga, you bought it last week already. Like, you bought the Death Star. Like, I don't have anything else to, like, up that. Like, you know? But he would just come in, let his kids run wild. You know, not wild, but like they just give whatever you want. And I love those parents come in, like, just give whatever they want. I'm just like, cool, and let me run this motherfucker up then. Like, and then there was like a boom that happened. Lego was dropping like old school Harry Potter. Like, they had re-signed with Star Wars. Like, there was just so much stuff, and people were just like, oh shit, like Legos is booming. Yeah. So you can't get Lego at the time. There were no Lego stores in China or anything like that, and they were big commodity. Mm-hmm. So I had, so we started like wholesaling to people. Like they would come in, they're rebuyers basically. Yeah. They buy them and then, not rebuyers, resellers. And they go sell them on Craigslist or go take them to China to their people, send them out there, jack up the price. Yeah. But motherfuckers would buy it.
Like shoes. Yeah.
This before Dunks and Jordans was popping. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, they were. I have every pair of Jordans that dropped from 2011 to 2013 because I traded them with the Legos.
Stop it.
Swear to God.
Wow.
Like yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Just so that it wasn't even like I paid for some of these shoes. Don't get me wrong, but it was like, you know, it was a raffle. That's when raffles was popping or standing in the motherfucking lines, and I'm like, I don't have time to. Like, I'm at the store, but I can get your kid a toy, and you just hold the shoe for me, and they would do it. Damn. Yeah, so I was just hustling.
Dude, kids are such a driving force, man. The motivation.
They are. they definitely are. And that's pretty much what motivated me. I had my godson at my house. I had his mom. I had his grandma, and then it was me and my girlfriend at the time, in a 1-bedroom. Oof. Yeah. And I'm like, how am I supposed to jug all this? And I'm the only one fucking working. I got to feed everybody. Like, I'm trying to figure it out. So I got into it with the guy. I came to work on my off day, and my tattoos were visible. Because you couldn't have tattoos. Like, you couldn't have any visibility, like visible tattoos working there. Wow. Yeah, I had to wear, and at the time I only had, my bottom part of my arms weren't done yet, just up here. But I came into work on my off day, and I was going to buy a toy, or like I was about to buy a Lego, or went to go check the schedule. I don't even know what. I was just in the area, and one of my staff asked me a question about a gentleman who was trying to resell, he was a reseller. And we had just got a rule about like, oh, they can only buy a certain amount because they're like cleaning this out of stock. Yeah. Plus, we were also supplying the Lego movie with all the Legos.
Oh,
Yeah.
dang.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. What's the guy's name that does Batman's voice?
The voice?
Yeah.
Like a cartoon?
Yeah. No, the one that's like for the Lego movie. I can't think
Oh,
of
I
his.
don't even know.
He would come into the Lego store.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. But we would supply them for the movie and stuff like that. And they asked me like, yeah, can I give him this such and such discount? I'm like, nah, like you already know the rules. Like you know the rules. We're not doing all that no more. He got upset. He wrote a letter to Lego, complaining about me. The black person that you have, you shouldn't have gang members because of my. I swear to God, he was mad because I told him no, he couldn't get the discount, and it was my day off.
And this is the voice of Batman.
No. Sorry, this is just a reseller.
Oh, just a reseller.
Yeah,
okay, sorry.
that was just a sidebar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
he got mad. He was an Asian dude, and he was just like, he was really trying to sell all that shit over in China or wherever he was fucking selling it. And he was just like, yeah, you shouldn't have, the black girl that you have working there, she has tattoos, and you shouldn't have gang members representing Lego. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, first of all, it's my day off, so I can wear what the fuck I want to.
Yeah.
Second of all, you don't even know if I gangbang. You don't know nothing about me. You just see me when you come in and you ask for a discount. That's it. That's the only
making
interaction.
Assumptions right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the other district manager pulled me in to talk to me about the whole thing. I'm just like, all right, bro. Like, my tattoos are always covered when I'm at work. Like, I'm not worried or anything like that. He's like, I was like, my day off. And he was like, you know what, Lisa? Just like, if you see him, try not to, just don't start nothing with him. I'm just like, cool. Like, I don't have no problem with that. He came in on a day that her name is Julia. And she was like one of my top, like, wholesale accounts. And girl would drop money in that motherfucker. And he saw me give her a discount right in front of him. And I did that because I'm like, if you're an asshole, I'm not going to fuck with you. Like, that don't make any sense. So, like the next week he came in and he pulled me to the side and he apologized. He's like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, I didn't mean to be disrespectful with that email and yada, yada, yada. I'm like, hey, man, you
did what you did.
Yeah, you did what you did. And he kept on coming in and saying hi and being as polite as he could possibly be. And then one day he asked me, he's like, can I get a discount? And I was like, yeah. And I gave it to him. And then it went to like, yo, I got X, Y, and Z money. What can I get? And I was just like, I could hook you up, my nigga. And then that's where it, like, what we're calling embezzlement for Lego went, and I got caught. I did time for that one too. But so he would come after hours or before, and he would text me a list of everything that he would need. And because I was one of the managers, like, I could alter the inventory. Yeah, that's bad for me. Well, then, and so every time, at least once a week, he would come between 2 to 4 racks, cash, hundreds. And all I saw was like, oh, I'm about to take care of my whole fam right here. Like,
this is rent.
This is rent. This is everything.
Yeah.
Car note. This is food, everything. So that went on for like almost like 2 years.
Damn.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
Yeah. It did. It was just off and on. And like, all kinds of stuff happened. That's where I met Donald Faison. Like, he would come into the Lego store from Scrubs.
Oh.
Yeah. He's a big Lego, like, nerd.
What?
Yeah.
Dude, I don't even know anything about this life of Lego.
Oh, my goodness. The people that are involved, like, yeah. And he invited me to his house.
What?
So he's into stop motion.
How about
so
that?
He was doing a Star Wars stop motion, and he invited me to his house. He's like, yo, I think you'd be great for the voice of one of the stormtroopers, like the mom for one of the stormtroopers. So I was like, fuck yeah. Like, this is when Scrubs is popping.
Okay.
So everybody, you see him walk in, everybody's like, oh shit, that's him. He come in like, Lanisa. I'm like, my nigga, like, you know. And yeah, that was fun.
Damn.
Going to his house, seeing he had the old school Millennium Falcon, Death Star, like the ones that could fit on a pool table size.
Legos.
Yes. Yes, collectibles.
Okay.
Had them all built out. Had his whole. It was just really dope. And so the gentleman, yeah, he would come for like 2 years. We were just going back and forth, and you know, it came to a point. So what happened? Okay, this is my friend worked downstairs at Pete's Coffee. And that's kind of like how I got back into coffee. Because I would go down there pretty much every day, or, you know, Black Fridays and shit like that. And she'd just be talking to me like, yo, you need to come back over to coffee. Whoop, whoop, whoop. You know, we cool over here. It's a lot of work, but it's not a lot of work, you know.
Yeah.
I'm like, actually, you know, I'm over here building Legos for fun. So I'm going to stay over here. But I went to Hawaii. So it was my girlfriend's birthday, and I took her to Hawaii for her birthday, all off the money I was hustling. And at the time, the mall was being renovated, so none of the cameras worked. Me and the security, we tight. Mind you, there is a police station in the Glendale Galleria, but the security, we cool, you know. And they, you know, they not turn a blind eye, but they wasn't trying to look with anything I had going on. And I went to Hawaii, and I went for a week. I came back, and my guy hit me, was like, yo, I need X, Y, and Z. I'm like, cool, I got you. About to be back at work, yada, yada, yada. And I go to work. Before I have keys, I go in there. I stack up his cart full of whatever the fuck he needed. And I push it out, not realizing at the time, because I had just gotten one of these tattoos on my lower part. I think it was this one or something like that, because this wasn't here yet. And that's what they caught on camera. They had rolled up my sleeves. That's the only thing they caught on camera. And then they caught old boy's license plate as he's loading up, because he goes to the bottom, to the dock, load up his fucking car, and then dip off. But my manager, the other manager, was just like, you know, inventory has been off, and he said, whoop, whoop. I'm just like, shit, I don't fucking know. Like, you know, it was around Christmas time or holidays when, yo, them joints get flooded, and we have an off-site where there was cases of like just Legos. And I was like, maybe we just need to recount that joint on the other side, and whoop, whoop, whoop. And the cameras had just got back turning on, and I didn't check in with the security to see what's up. Like, I didn't do my due diligence, like, to make sure I was good, because I'm thinking like the shit's still fucked up. And so that's what they called. And I went to work. Like 2 days later, I have an internal investigation come in and ask me a bunch of questions. And he like slides me a disc, and it was like, so there's some stuff on here. And I'm just like, all right, like, what you got, man? Like, he was like, well, can you tell me? I'm like, I can't tell you anything. You said you have whatever you have. So I was like, all right. So I call my sister, and I tell my sister, yo, I'm about to get arrested. I already knew. I felt it in my heart. Like, I've had that feeling before.
Yeah.
And she was like, wait, what, bitch? And I'm just like, yeah, bitch, just call mom and tell her they get safe. Like, just let her know. And then I called my girlfriend, and I was like, yo, you need to come up to the job house, and you need to get my car. Like, I'm about to be arrested. And she's like, what's going on? I'm like, just listen, I'm about to be arrested. Come up here and get the car. And I got that day I got arrested. They put me in handcuffs. And instead of walking me out through the back, they made me walk through the front.
Damn.
Yeah. So, and mind you, like, kids is like, Lanisa. I'm just like, nah, I can't, you know, I'm in handcuffs, so I can't do anything. Literally walked me out the Lego store, in the mall, into the police station. And they, like, I know the officers because I see them all the time. And they're just like, what happened? I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I'm trying to find out too. So I go down to the Glendale courthouse, or to the Glendale jail, and I stay there 2 nights, or a night, because I told my girlfriend, like, don't bail me out. They're going to let me out on OR. Like, just don't bail me out. Like, leave that money, that 2,500 or whatever it was, 5,000, leave that over there because we're going to need it. Like, I knew in my mind. She don't listen because she goes and hangs out with my cousins, and they're telling her, no, like, you need to bail her out. Fuck that. Like, bail her out. And she's like, so she bails me out. I get out. She comes pick me up. The next day, I go on Craigslist, and Peace Coffee is having open interviews. I'm like, fuck it, let me go. And so I literally went. I thought I was going to, like, the one that was at my friend's, the one my friend worked at. No, I went to the corporate Pete's, because that was an independently owned one. And I get the job that day. I go in, I just talked to them, and I had 2 interviews back to back with, it was like 2 managers from 2 different stores. And they offered me the job that day. And I was like, oh, fuck. Like, okay.
Damn.
Yeah. And it was like, cool. So, I know I have court dates and stuff like that. But I started working at Pete's Coffee on, which one was it at? I got hired at the one off of Santa Monica and 1854. That's what it's called. That's the store, like, number is Santa Monica 1854, if I'm not mistaken. The manager there was like, yo, you lit, like, I want you over here. I ended up working there for like 2 days, and then they transferred to the Brentwood one. That one's no longer there, but that was the store.
UCLA?
No. So this is the one that Ron Goldman and Nicole Kidman, he owned it was the restaurant that he owned before he got killed. Like, that whole situation, like, down the street from O.J. Simpson's house.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I ended up working there, and my manager there was Desiree, and I just tried to learn as much as possible. Like, I told her, like, yo, at least once a month I have to go take care of some business, so you can't schedule me on this day or whatever they tell me my next court day and stuff like that. But I enjoyed it. I once again started from the bottom and unloading boxes and taking out trash and doing all that good stuff. And then I finally got put on the register, and then I got put on, like, learning how to brew coffee. And then they do teach you about, like, there's a tea and a coffee class that you have to take. And they do a cupping for the coffee, and then they do a tea tasting, like a cupping for tea. And then they go around, about their history of how Pete's came to be and stuff like that, which I definitely enjoyed, and the backstory of how, Alfred showed, what's his name, who owned Starbucks, basically what to do. And yeah, I just worked, and I worked extremely hard because I knew there was gonna be a time that I'm gonna be like, I gotta go away, but I need to leave an impression. I need y'all to know, like, I'm not here just for a paycheck. Like, I actually love what I do, and I'm trying to absorb as much as possible. And that's where I first, but yeah, that's, I worked there. I'm gonna say, like, the first, I think I was 8-9 months I was there, until I had to go away. And
How long did you go away this time?
A year.
A year?
Yeah.
So 4 weeks to a year.
Yeah. Yeah. So the deal they offered me was $365 with another list of embezzlement, theft, robbery, and strike, and yeah, and there was no, like, leeway in it. They're like, this is your second time. Like, you didn't learn nothing from the first time. I'm like, yeah, you're probably right. I didn't fucking learn. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't. I was just trying to, fucking make money. So So yeah, I put my sabbatical in, and I told him like I'll be back in about a year, and I'm like, if it's possible that you guys can hold my job, and I'm not meaning like hold it, don't hire nobody, but like when I come back in town that there's a position open, like just keep me in mind.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did a year. I got moved around so much from Linwood to Twin Towers, like the men's central. The women's jail was overcrowded. So we had the 4th floor was women only in men's central. Very bad because they had all the guys come in to fix stuff. It was just, you know, I don't know if you know, but like in jail, you mean there's only, of course, I'm in women's jail. There's only women. So as soon as they saw a man, there's like, oh my God. I'm just like, girls, ladies, come on. Yeah, that was, when I was in Twin Towers, but the first time I ever had Chinese food in jail, in prison. Yeah.
That was the first time ever?
Yeah. Like Chinese food their way.
Oh,
like
whoa.
a whole spread, like everybody in a pod pitched in, like for commissary, put in because one of the young ladies was getting out. She'd done 10 years for killing her husband. Whew. So it was a celebration for that she was about to get out. So everybody pitched in, and the shit tastes like motherfucking Chinese food. Like,
Real shit.
Like sweet and sour chicken.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, bust down. Like, yo, I had one of the older ladies teach me some stuff and how to make like the tuna slapping. Mm-hmm. Burritos. Oh my goodness. And I'm just glad that like my mom like didn't like forsake me when I went to jail. Like I still have money on my books. I had cleaned out my whole 401k when I got locked up from Lego because I knew I got fired, so I need all mines. And I gave it to my girlfriend at the time. I'm like, this should last you a year. You have a job, plus you have extra money. If this doesn't last, then there's a problem.
Yeah.
But she would put money, like the goal was put money on my books, make sure my mom is straight. If my mom has money, she would put it on. Just make sure shit was right. She didn't do none of that shit. Mm. But yeah, I got moved from Linwood, Twin Towers, Chonchilla, and it was crowded and that's prison. I was like, I don't need to be here. This is like, I was AB 109, meaning I was a prison body, but because it was so crowded, I was able to do my time in a county facility.
What does that mean?
So I could just do my time in just regular Linwood instead of staying in Chonchilla and staying in the prison. Okay. So they allowed, because it was just overcrowded. It was. So they put me back out here. I went to Linwood and I got into it with my bunkie. And I was taking classes to pass time. I was like, I gotta do something to get out this motherfucking cell because I can't breathe in here. Like sitting in there all day. So I was doing classes. So I would go downstairs and she wouldn't, but she would. I had food in there, like my hot Cheetos, my sunflower seeds or poly seeds. That's what I would snack on. I would come back to my room and she'd be discombobulated. Like my chips is lower than what it was. Sunflower seeds on the floor. I ain't walk out like this. Yeah. So I know it wasn't me. So I just confronted her and I was like, yo, if you hungry or something, just holler at me. Like, we can make something happen. Like, you ain't got to go into my little stash over here and take my stuff. Like, I'm not going to be, doggish to nobody. Like, we in the same motherfucking thing. So, she's like, oh, okay. Happened again. Yeah.
Like,
I
what the
like,
fuck,
that's
dude?
exactly what I was like. Damn, I think like, you could just ask. Like, yeah. So I told the CO, I was like, look, I'm gonna need you to get this person up out my room because something's gonna happen, and I'm giving you I'm warning you now. Like, I don't do well with people touching my shit. So they talked to her and she's like, yeah, happened again. So we was in the lunch line or dinner line. I don't know what it is. She said something. I just I said, we can handle, like, you know, we can handle this shit right now. So we in each other's faces. The CEO was trying to come in between us. We ended up whoop, 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 right there. And they, you know, they broke us up. They sent me to, you know, spread us out and shit like that. And basically it was like, you about to go to the hole. You know what I mean? It's like, well, fuck it. I don't give a fuck. But the next morning, the other CEO who I'd already talked to about this came through and was like, nah, bro, like, she already talked to me and we've already tried to handle this. And they ended up just kicking that bitch up out of here.
Yo, communication is super important.
So they wrote her about my shit and they wrote her in somebody else's. And yeah, and then the CEO pulled me over to the side and was like, you know, like, I don't really feel like you need to be here. And I'm like, yeah, man, like, I was just trying to, you know, I gave my story, like, I was just trying to support, you know, support my fam and making sure we had something to eat. But I know I definitely went about it the wrong way. Mm-hmm. So he's like, oh, okay. So we started this new program that I think that you might be good for. And I'm like, all right, cool. Like, so I have a meeting with the director of the program. It's the first time this program has ever happened. And they do like a little interview and stuff like that. And basically it was like, do you do drugs? I'm like, nah, I smoke a gang of weed, but I ain't doing no drugs or nothing like that. And they're like, cool, like, we'll write that down. Like, you smoke weed. I'm like, all right, for sure.
It's like, okay.
Yeah, I was just like, all right, for sure. Does that mean I get to go? Like,
yeah.
And so they basically, what they told me was, it was a rehab center. Like, after they told me this is a rehab center, but if you do the 90-day program, you get out early. And that's all I heard.
That's all you need to do.
That's all. It's like, what? Mm-hmm. I get out 6 months earlier than I'm planning on? Oh yeah, sign me up. So I got called. Williams, roll it up. I was like, oh shit, I'm out this motherfucker. So the program required me to wear an ankle monitor. I couldn't leave the premises that I was at, and I had to check in whenever they fucking told me to.
Yeah. And
to me, that was okay. I got to wear regular clothes, and I got to see my family, like, touch, you know, like waiting behind the glass. That's all the things I heard. And then I was in, what is it called? Acton. In between Lancaster and Valencia.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Bumfuck nowhere, essentially.
Nowhere. Like, even if I try to run, where the fuck am I gonna go? I'm about to get eat up by some wolves out in this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, they took me there. I basically got stripped of everything. I couldn't bring no commissary from jail to there, like nothing. And they slapped the ankle monitor on me. And I was like, all right. I was like, it's waterproof, right? Like, I can still take showers and stuff like that. Like, yep. And so I got introduced into the program. And it was supposed to be like a 90-day program. And then, all right, we're letting you out. Everyone else, like, that's what it was. And I was the first one to get placed in this program. And then 2 days later, 3 other young ladies came. And they had the same thing. And they were just like, yo, we just glad we out of motherfucking jail. Yeah. And I'm like, I feel you. And I did the entire program for 90 days.
What was the program? Like, what did they do?
It was like a drug treatment.
Oh.
But in the sense of, like, it was like there was AA meetings, NA meetings. There was book work you had to do. But other than that, it was just like, bitches was just kicking it outside, and it was camp.
With like meals and shit too.
Oh,
like,
God,
yo.
like fire ass meals. This ain't no bullshit.
Yeah.
Yo, what's crazy was one of the homies. He got put on the guy's side. Like, nigga, like, I didn't even. I was like, nigga, what? He was serving us food, and he was like, "Hey, Tiny, no good." And I was like, "What the fuck?" And he was like, I'm in this motherfucker. And I was like, ah, shit. Like, it was up.
It was popping. Yeah.
And we just hollered at each other. He got out before I did. But yeah, I did the program. And, you know, the first time I did it, okay, so I ended up having to do the program twice. So when it came down to my 90 days, they were like, so we fucked up, Lanisa. That's basically without cussing, but they were just like, we messed up. We didn't read, basically they didn't read my file all the way, stating that bitch had to do all her time. There was no get out early. There was none of that. Like, you need to do all your time.
Yeah.
So they were like, well, we can send you back to jail or you can do the program again. And I was like, do I really want to spend my birthday in jail? Like in jail? Or would it be cool if I just had my shit here? So I was like, all right, sign me up for the program again. This time I actually paid attention to what the program had to offer in the sense of, no, I don't do drugs or hardcore drugs, but I am addicted to something. And I had to realize, like, you're addicted to the fast life, money quick. You was addicted to the streets, like all those things. And I had to kind of figure out, like, what do you want to, like, what do you want to do with your life? Like, what type of legacy are you trying to leave behind? Like, what do you want to be known for? You don't want to be known for, you know, you're the best gangbanger on the streets. Like, that's not really reputable. Like, that's nothing to nest up for me. That's not right. That's nothing to be proud of. And I had to come to a point where I had to let that go, in the sense of I was carrying a burden of, like, my dad was a notorious gang member. Like, my uncle's Tukey Williams. Like, I have these.
That's your uncle?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I have these, like, my grandmother was a driver, you know, for any time he did drive-bys. Like, this is, like, my whole fam was embedded, and I took that on myself. Like, once my dad was murdered, I was like, oh, no, now I got to be the biggest, the baddest. I don't give a fuck. Like, whatever is whatever. And I was talking to one of my uncles who, he was in prison at the time, and he did 35 years. Yeah. He got out he just got out 2 years ago.
That's literally as old as I am.
Yeah. I was like, he was in there before I was even born. Like, I couldn't comprehend that, but, like, he would call me like, hey, what are you doing? You know, like, what are you doing? I'm just like, oh, you know, I'm trying to, you know, figure shit out. And he's like, you know, your daddy wouldn't approve of A, B, and C. And I was like, fuck. Like, he would want more for you, you know? And that, like, conversation stuck with me. And I'm just like, all right, so we have to be better than what he left behind, or than what he was. And I got to talk to a counselor. They signed me up with a counselor there, and we would talk. And we got to a point where I just had to deal with some stuff that I was carrying since, like, a kid. And write a letter to your old self or to your young self, and, you know, apologize for just the action that you've taken right now, or, you know, just forgive yourself for certain things. And I did that, and they're like, okay, then burn it, and, like, you know, let that shit go. And that's what I took from that, from being in the rehab for that long. And then when I got out, like, so, okay. It was about a month before I was supposed to be released. So because they said I had done so well, they did give me time off for good behavior. So it was like 45 days before, like, my
Actual release date?
Actual release date.
Okay, 45
that was supposed
days.
to be November, like, no, sorry, it's supposed to be December, like, right before Christmas, I was supposed to be released. So they gave me that early release type thing. But they sent me back to jail. Yeah. And I was just like, all right. So I did, like, my last, I think, like, a month in there. Back to jail. They sent me back to Linwood. I did my little last month there. And then finally, I right when they about to let you out, or like a week, they like, hey, we letting you know your date's coming up. So prepare yourself to roll the fuck up out of here. And
say less.
Right?
Say less.
Say motherfucking less. I was like, cool. So, like, all right, so there's a computer, or not a computer, but a screen that you can go and you type in your number and it tells you you're being released. on a day, what time, stuff like that. So I knew mine and everything. I called my girlfriend. And I was like, three-way my boss. Call Pete's or call Desiree and let me get on the phone so I could talk. So she did that, and I got to Desiree and I was like, yo, I'm about to be back in town. She's like, say less. Like literally was like, when? And I said, I'll be back in town on Sunday. She's like, cool, Tuesday, pull up, fill out the paperwork.
Sick.
And I was like, fuck yeah. Because I really didn't know what I was going back to. I had already cleaned out all my accounts. 401k was done. She ran up. I don't know what she bought when I was gone, but I know she didn't use it wisely because that money should have fucking lasted you. Because man. So I get back on the job, and it was a seasonal coffee that was dropping. It was an Ethiopian supernatural, and
Supernatural.
Yeah, that's the name of it. Was
Okay.
And you know, when new stuff drops, you have to taste it and all that good stuff. So they made me a chemix of the Ethiopian supernatural. I had never smelled coffee like that before. Like I'm looking at the bag and it's like smells like blueberries. I'm like, oh shit. Like I'm looking for it to say like artificial flavor or anything like that. Nothing. They grind it up, smells amazing. They brew it on a chemix and I'm just like, damn, this shit fire. And I'm just like, so how do you guys get it to taste like blueberries? Like, what do you guys add? And they're just like, actually, it grows. This farm is right. It's on a volcano next to a blueberry farm.
So it like that.
It just, man. And I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, well, if you brew it like this on tap, it tasted different. And that blew my fucking mind. And I was like, wait a minute, like there's unlimited possibilities when it comes to coffee. Like you can be as creative as possible. And that's when I was like, oh yeah, I just fell in love with that. And then the young man, John, who was on bar, he started teaching me latte art.
Sick.
Yeah. And I was just like, I want to learn how to do hearts. And he's like, cool. Like I worked my way up and he finally got me on there. And then I start fucking doing hearts. And then I was like, oh, I need to do this. And then I started moving up in Pete's. Like a position came available. Like, hey, you want to be shift lead? Hell yeah, I do. And for me, it was like kind of like testing. I had to test myself. Like, we really trying to change our life, or are we still on bullshit, basically? Yeah. And that would mean like I had keys and I could go pop the drawer open and shit like that and count the safe. And in my mind, all I thought about was like, these people are giving me a second chance. Like Pete's, they're giving me a job back. So let's not fuck this up. Yeah. What else are you gonna fucking do? So I learned as much as possible. I did. Like any classes they were holding, I wanted to know, any packets, books. I actually read that shit, and I'm not a reader. I fucking hate reading. I hate it. I'm dyslexic, so that shit was never the top of my list. But it was just interesting. Like it was cool. Like in my mind, like they were talking about the farms and who's farming, like all the wash process and all that kind of stuff. And he was just like, wow, this stuff is really interesting. And then one of the manager from another store came in because it was like quarterly count or quarterly like clean or check-in or something. And she went into the bathroom and was like, yo, somebody need to go in there and clean it because whoever just previously went in there, I was in Brentwood again. There are some homeless people there. Somebody had shitted on the floor. And she asked who's going to go in there and clean it. Everyone like, turned their head like, nah, busy. Like, I was like, man, fuck it. Let me go in there. I'll clean it. I jumped on it real quick and she was just like, yo, I need you on my team. Like, I need you to come to my store. And I'm just like, yeah, like, are you trying to promote me or something? Like, and my manager at the time slid over and was like, nah, we're actually trying to promote her. And I'm just like, oh, are you? Like, and they, kind of went back and forth. But they approached me like a week later, like, hey, Lanisa, we want to offer you assistant manager. And I'm just like, cool. And they're like, well, so they didn't do background checks until like this time. So they had hired, not in California, but in another state. They had hired somebody who was on America's Most Wanted. And when that happened, they then started doing background checks. So they're like, yeah, we have to do a background check. And I was like, ooh, like y'all about to pull up some shit on me. Yeah. So I was like, I told my district manager, I was like, look, I have A, B, C, D, and E on my record. That's who I used to be. That's not who I am anymore. And I'm just trying to make a change. And she was just like, all right, I appreciate you like telling me off top so that, you know, I don't look bad when I bring it up to the bosses and they're just like, oh, so you didn't know that she, you know, a 4-time felon and 2 strike, like you don't. So I just let them know that. And then like she came back the next day and was like, or not, maybe it was like 2 days later, I got a call from her and she's like, well, I want to let you know that we're going to promote you. No, you know, like you got the job. And I was like, oh shit. And this is a huge pay raise for me. This is, you know, full blown insurance again, like all that stuff. Damn, that I'm just like,
so nice.
Yeah. Vacation. Cause I had worked every fucking holiday, birthdays, everything. Mm-hmm. And this time I could be like, I could kind of step away. So yeah. And from there, I literally asked for help on a lot of stuff and was denied it. Like, I want to take this class. They're like, nah, you good. We're going to send, you know, Ryan over there to go take the class. I'm just like, what? So I had to learn a lot of stuff on my own. Yeah. I did. I just had to do my own research and my own, you know, digging. And then somebody came in the shop and was like, yeah, Instagram was somewhat popping, but it's not like it is right now. But it was just like, they showed me an Instagram, like someone's page. It's like, do you know this young lady? I was like, nah, I don't know who that is. It was Michelle Johnson. And I was like, nah, I don't know who that is, but I'm a follower. And I got on her page and I saw that like she was the first Black woman to like compete. And she was, you know, standing like asking why aren't there equal wages for Black people in coffee, or like why are we not seen? And I was just like, I feel this. I inboxed her. I was like, yo, I think what you're doing is fucking amazing. And, you know, hopefully one day like we can cross paths and shit like that. And like we just befriended each other purely on Instagram. And that was like 2015, 2016, 17. And yeah, and then, yeah, but still then, I'm still trying to learn as much as possible. I'm dropping into other coffee shops. I'm kind of understanding what, you know, first and second wave coffee is, and third wave is starting to trickle in. And they moved me to another store. Like I literally worked at the time there were 12 locations in Los Angeles under that district. I worked at every single one of them. Managed at least 6 of those shops. Damn. Yeah, anytime their manager, like they were losing managers pretty quickly. People were fucking up. Like, and I would just be there to cover, and then, but I wasn't getting the title, and like there was positions open, but you still wasn't promoting me, and I didn't understand why. And again, there was no one that, like, no one in higher management looked like me. Like, I had baristas that were Black. I'm not saying I didn't. But nobody in higher management. Position came open. They're like, all right, Lanisa, you're like, we're about to promote you. I'm like, cool. Like, I'm ready. Like, run that. And, like, the day before, they're like, oh, you know what? We have to give it to... So we're getting a transfer from up north, and we're going to actually have to give it to them. And I'm just like, all right, cool. Maybe it's not my time. Maybe I have some stuff that I still need to work on and stuff like that. And then it happened again. But before that happened, I had a meeting with my district manager. It was our Christmas like party, and we were just talking. We were all at a bar and whatever. She, one too many drinks. She got to asking questions, like, "How come you people don't apply for a higher position?" I said, "First of all, who is you people?" And she was like, "No, like, we don't have a lot of black people on our team, and we want to just kind of know why." I'm like, "Well, are you guys giving them a chance? Like, are you just looking at their application and throwing them to the side?" Because that's what I see. And she's like, "Yeah, but we really trying to hire some black people." And I'm just like, okay. Like, I really didn't even.
So weird the way you're saying it. Like, not
yeah,
you, but
no,
like
but
the way
yeah,
she's saying
and it was weird. And because when she said "you people," first I thought she was talking about like being a lesbian. Like, that's literally what came to my mind. And then I was like, no, that's not what she's talking about.
Yeah.
And then it's like, black people. And it was just, and it could, I just feel like, you get liquid courage. So you're going to talk, you pretty much drunk. You in 9 shots in. So you about to ask questions and I'm about to get, yeah.
That's fucking so bonkers, bro. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, literally, like, who do you hang out with who's like let you think that this is okay? Like, fuck it for real though.
Yeah. So, that's why I was like, you guys don't really give people a chance. Like, I know I've interviewed them, and then I can say yes, but I mean, I'm not the ultimate like decision maker. Like, you guys, I don't know. Is it because people, like, this is when it was okay to have tattoos and stuff, like in coffee shops, like it was starting to
pop up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just weird. And so there is a situation that happened that I was blamed for, that I had literally nothing to do with. I was there, but I didn't have anything to do with it. And someone blamed it on me and was like, well, Lanisa said it was like, and I was just like, no, like, here's the whole thing that happened. But they took this person's word over mine. And I was like, okay. And the young lady I was dating at the time, or were we dating? Yeah.
Situationship.
We were dating. We were dating at the time. But she would tell me, like, do you know what you bring to the table? And I was like, nah, like, I just know I know who I am in that sense. But like, she's like, there's nobody out here like really doing coffee shit that's black. And I'm like, right, because I would be at home making her lattes. Like, I just doing my own thing. Like,
yeah.
And I had launched Barista Life LA as just my own personal like coffee platform, in the sense of like, I was at Pete's, but I was just highlighting like coffee that Pete's was making, or like the lattes that I did, and like just shit like that. And someone asked, like, are you doing classes or anything like that? And I was like, nah, like, I'm just doing this for fun.
This is just me.
Yeah, this is just me. And then we just got to talking, and she encouraged me just to basically, we like walk away from that corporate life. And she's like, you can start your own thing. Like, she's like, I got you. And I had never had nobody to tell me that, like, I got your back in that sense. Like, you don't have to carry the load by yourself. Like, I'll work and you chill type thing. Yeah. And I didn't, in the beginning, I didn't really know how to take that. And it was, but now I know, like, she was just giving me space to grow and to kind of figure out what I wanted to do. And she just encouraged me. She was just like that cheerleader that you need, like, just to be like, it's okay, like, go take that first step, like, you got this. And I left Pete's, and I basically just like posted like Barista Life LA is like a full business, and we're here to train coffee, whatever, A, B, C, D, D, D. And then I came across Vanessa. She owns LA Grind Coffee and Tea. She didn't know much about coffee. She loved it, and she knew that, and she had just left the corporate world. She had working for UCLA for 40 years or 20 years. She was working. I'm not sure how many, but I know
decades.
Yeah, she was in that mug, and she posted like, I'm gonna open up a coffee, a mobile coffee truck, and I just inboxed her like, yo, I can help you with that, I could, show you how to pull shots and steam your milk and all that good stuff, make drinks. Like, so she hired me. That was my first client. And
Sick.
we did Juneteenth in Lamert Park.
I remember you were saying this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
And I don't know, I had a fucking blast. I did, and just being able to teach somebody and stuff like that, and I said, okay, like this could work. And then, yeah, she had her truck. It was mobile, it was going. And then I started working for Silverback Coffee of Rwanda.
Of Rwanda?
Silverback Coffee of Rwanda.
Whoa.
They're in Trader Joe's.
Okay.
The gentleman who owns it, his name is Jack. He was on like White Man Can't Jump, or he was on a couple. He played basketball.
Okay.
So he for me, I don't know. I barely come up to like his stomach, and
Yeah.
But I met him. He brought me to his where he roasts his coffee and everything like that in downtown, and he had a coffee shop that was in there, and he was like, I want you to run this for me.
Sick.
Like my first test, he had me come in. He was like, make me a cappuccino. I was like, all right, cool. Like, mind you, I ain't used his machine, no nothing. I just like, cool. I made it, and he was like, oh shit. And he's like, oh, okay. Like you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So I worked there, and just learning. That's where I first learned how to roast on a Loring. Like,
dude, Loring,
yeah.
that was your first roaster?
Yeah. And he would just let me come in there and just watch, weigh out beans. Like, he was just showing, he's like, he needed some help most of the time. And he did have a gentleman that was helping him roast, but he would just have me come in. I was interested. I was like, I want to know. And he would let me. Yep. And then stuff started to roll. And then I hit up, what happened? What happened was I went to a coffee shop. I went to Patria's coffee shop. It's the only specialty Black Latino owned coffee shop in Compton.
Nice.
And I saw a black barista.
Yes.
I saw one.
You were fucking like, what's poppin'?
And I was like, oh shit, like what's up? We didn't get to have a conversation, but he ended up pulling up to my shop with his wife, his babies, and we had a fucking 2-hour conversation.
Damn.
We still friends. Like, he the homie. And his name is Cajon. But once I had the conversation with him, I went back home. I talked to my girlfriend, and I'm like, we need to do something that highlights black people in coffee. I don't understand why we don't know. Like, I don't know these people, or like they don't know about me, or just whatever. I'm just like, something needs to be done. Mm-hmm. And that's when we came up with Black and Brew. We were sitting on the couch, getting high, or smoking weed, not high. But
Yeah, no, I got you. Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, we got to figure something out, and we came up with that. I can't tell you which one of us came up with it to the day. She gonna say that she did. I don't know. I just know that we was in there talking, and like Black and Brew, that's where it started. And I'm just like, I just want to go around and interview black people in coffee. And the objective was for me to do that just in the city of LA. And I just like, that's where I need to start, because this is my home. So before we got all that rolling, I saw South LA Cafe. They had started, they came on my feed because they had a GoFundMe to help them open up a cafe. And I was like, oh shit, like you in the hood, like you on King and you know, in Western. Like, I know that area.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, we're hiring, whoop, whoop, whoop. So I slid into their inbox. I said, hey, my name is Lanisa. I own Barista Life LA. This is what we offer. Boom, 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 boom. They hit me back and was like, can you want to come in for an interview? I'm like, sure. Came in, talked to them. And at first, it was just for, like, to train, but they still didn't have enough people. So, like, they didn't have enough people with enough coffee knowledge for them to go forward, let me say. So they're like, do you want a job? I'm like, yep, I'll take a job, and I'll be your barista and your trainer. COVID hit. And we were 3 months in. This is 2019 I started.
So they opened up like December, January, so essentially right
They
in March.
opened November this month.
Oh, okay. So yeah, like
Did they just hit their, or maybe it's next month. Probably next month. Excuse me. Officially next month. But yeah, they COVID hit, and there's like, dang, like we got to basically it's like we have to let everybody go because we have to shut down. Boop, 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 boop. And I was like, damn, like, okay. But they're like, everyone agreed that they wanted to leave. Like, they were fine getting the check, like unemployment. I don't want to be stuck at home. I don't. I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna go back to the streets. I'm gonna go back to something. So they're like, do you want to stay on, Lanisa? And I'm like, yeah. They're like, you'll pretty much you're gonna be the only person working. And I was like, all right.
Perfect.
Yeah, like that's cool. So we got hooked up with Joe's app, like the mobile app. So for the first 3 months of the pandemic, I was the only one in there working. And that's making all the drinks 7 days a week. Open from 7 to 4. It was tiring.
Dude, I know those vibes. I'm living those vibes right now, every fucking day. And if I'm not here, it's Monday. It's roasting. Yeah.
So I just worked. Like, I was just thrilled that I still had a job. It was pandemic. And yeah, I was doing something that I loved. And then from there, like, they ended up hiring somebody else or pulling somebody else in to help me who absolutely had no idea about coffee. They just knew about drinking it. But her personality was just outstanding. Just a really great people person. Shout out to JB. And yeah, we just worked together and it was fun. We had so much fun there. But then, let me back up a little bit. I went to Coffee Fest for the first time in 2019. It was in LA. And I was blown away. But I still didn't see nobody that looked like me. I was just like, okay, like, it's cool. But it's, the norm. And I went over to the Oatly booth. And I was like, yo, I really like Oatly. Like, it's coming on market. It's like just coming on market. And I was like, I really like this. I just have a Breville. Like, I just got one. And I've been using Oatly at my house. And I'm just talking to the young man. His name is Ian. And just telling him about.
Oh, Ian, yeah.
Just telling him about who I am. And he was like, oh, okay. He's like, well, if there's any cases left, like, you could take some. And I was like, cool. So I went it was 3 days, all 3 days. Last day he brought me a case. Or not, he didn't bring me. He was like, it's the end. He gave me a case. I took that joint home. And I was like, oh, yeah, this is it. And yeah, I like, one of my first pictures on Instagram has a Breville and an Oatly carton. Like, that was a picture that I took. And I said to myself and to my girlfriend, I was like, I'm going to work with these motherfuckers one day. And not necessarily Oatly, but Breville. Like, I just, like, somehow I need to partner with these people. And make something happen. Like I was watching like, you know, Instagram videos and people just getting free stuff and trying. I'm just like, damn, we can't, like, I don't see nobody getting nothing like that, you know. So I was working at South LA Cafe and Ian walks in and
damn.
Yeah, this is like a year later.
He fucking went down there.
Yeah, that's what blew.
Yeah,
I literally want to. That's why people ask, like, "Well, why do you work for Oatly?" Because of what he did. You came into the hood, my nigga.
Yeah,
like you.
And if you've met Ian, like, he's not the type of dude who's gonna walk into the hood, like the hood.
Right.
For people who don't understand, like, Ian's great.
He is
fucking great.
Fucking amazing.
He's been on the show.
Nice.
Years ago.
Nice.
But, like, super nice guy, just clean cut.
Yes.
Yeah. Not a fucking tattoo on that, like, nice skin, you know.
He's
like,
just a regular
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I saw him and he was like, "Oh yeah, you know, I represent Oatly," and I'm like, "Do you remember me?" And he was like, "No." Like, looking at him, like, I was like, "We met at Coffee Fest in 2019, like last year." He's like, "Yeah." It's like, "Yeah, I seen a lot of people." I'm like, "Cool, like, no worries."
So many people,
yeah. So we end up having like a 45-minute conversation, and at the end of the conversation, I give him my business card. He gives me his. I was like kind of in control of like what products we're using there at the shop. So I advised him to get Oatly. And he emails me that night. He's like, "Hey, Lanisa, I think you're amazing. We had a great conversation. By the way, Oatly's hiring for my position. I'm going on for part-time because I'm going on maternity leave, or what is it? The man
paternity. Paternity, yeah.
Dad leave. And he was like, "You need to apply." And I was like, "All right, cool." And I look at the like qualifications and I'm like, "Oh, no, this ain't me." Like, the first thing I saw was like computer, and I was like, "Nope, that's not me.
Yeah.
I don't fuck with him." Like, I'm not good with like computer. Like, at the time I wasn't. And I was like, "Nah." I just looked at it and I told my girlfriend, I was like, "Yo, you should apply," because she had just lost her job, and she was working for the Joe app as well. And she connected me to a lot of shops because her job was to go into coffee shops and present the app and let them know what they offer. But I would go along with her just to see all these other shops. Mm-hmm. And I gave it to her and I was like, "Yo, I think you should apply. Like, do you see how much money like you'll be making? Like, it's good money and it's part-time." And I was fine like working for South LA. Like, I was fine being behind the bar. I was enjoying it. I was enjoying training. I was getting clients coming to my house who were booking classes just on barista training. I was using my Breville, and like I said, they came to my house. And so she applied, and like a couple days later or a week later, Ian emails me like, "Hey, Lisa, just checking in to see if you applied." And I was like, fuck. Like, he probably knows if I did or if I didn't. Like, I'm not about to lie to him and be like, "Oh yeah, I did." So I was like, "No, I haven't." He's like, "No, I really think you should apply." So I ended up applying, and I basically got called for the interview, and I did 3 interviews. I did 3 interviews. And it basically came down to me and my girlfriend. Like, she was like, "I had my last interview at such and such," and I was like, "Oh fuck, like, I got mine an hour after you." Like, no fucking lie.
Talk about competition.
This is what breaks us up. No. So do the interview. I'm nervous, and I'm just telling them who I am and, you know, what I'm about and stuff like that. And I just feel like I'm just genuine. Like, this is what I bring to the table. And I tell them like, I don't got no computer skills. I'm not really savvy in that joint, but I do know a lot of coffee shops, and I would love the job basically. And I did tell him like I have a criminal record. Like I told him I wasn't shy about nothing. And they called me back like 3 days later and was like, so you want to know if do you want the job or not? And I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay. And so it was part-time. I had to clock in and out. It was good money. Like it was like $35 an hour, something like that, something around there. Yeah. And I was just like, okay, like this, I ain't never made this much. Like run that motherfucker. And so I worked there and I worked at South LA Cafe.
So you were stacking.
I was trying to.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they just, I'm gonna say like they're impressed with the work that I was doing. And I think I was just bringing them new accounts that they were not aware of. Like
sick.
My goal was to bring it to my community. There should be no reason why that we can't enjoy the same things that everybody else does. There should be no reason why I can't go into a coffee shop in my hood or in my community and feel welcome. Mm-hmm. And at the time, there were quite a few black-owned coffee shops popping up. And you had Hot and Cool, Sip and Sonder, Silverback Coffee Rwanda, Undergrind Cafe, like just a bunch of shops that were popping up or that I'm finding out about. And those are the ones I made my way to first. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it came to a point there's like, so Ian is moving. Though he came back from daddy leave and he announced that him and his wife had bought a house in Portland. And I was like, okay, so what does this mean for me? And like, so we want to offer you full time. And I was like, what? And they're like, salary. And I was like, blew my mind.
Yep.
And I was like, all I could think about was like, I'm about to help my mama. I'm about to like, and from there, I just built my clientele. Like people just started hearing about me. But like at the same time, I was doing home brewing 101 with Lanisa the barista. And
that's what's on your Instagram.
That's on my
currently.
Instagram. Yeah. And that's what I was doing. I was just, showcasing, like I was realizing there are so many black owned coffee companies that I had not known about, but because I launched Black and Brew, the doors were flooded. Like they had opened and flooded with just the amount of black coffee professionals. And that led me to Coffee Black. That led me to Black and White. Just a multitude of black owned coffee companies. And they started like hitting me up, and then people started asking me for like, I was like, I do classes and stuff like that. And it started going from there. And I'm like, how am I supposed to juggle a full-time job and training people? And that got a little, not tricky, but I had to like maneuver some things and I feel like I had to put like Barista Life LA, Hustlers Cup, not on the back burner, but I had to, in order for me to succeed at Oatly and knowing everything that I needed to, I had to put them first. Mm-hmm. So that I could understand what my job, now that I'm full-time, what does that all entail? Because part-time only entailed me just dropping into shops saying, hey, we have Oatly if you want it, woo, woo, woo. Like, but now I have to do even more work.
We have expectations now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I kept on doing like my home brewing 101. People start seeing that you have classes. Yes, I offer them. I can come to you. We can make stuff happen. Then shops started hitting me up like, my staff needs to be trained. And I'm just like, okay, let me figure this out. And I would go out, and I was literally doing it all. But I didn't feel like that was work, though. Like, that was something I enjoyed doing. I enjoyed giving coffee knowledge to people. Mm-hmm. Them saying like, I just want to brew a really good cup of coffee at home, but I don't know what I'm doing. Cool. Let me come through and show you how to make them fire cups of coffee that you desire. And I've just had so much fun doing it, and the exposure that I've gotten, just for being an advocate for Black people in coffee. Like, I feel like that I just wanted to create a platform where we are seen, where we're heard. Like, coffee comes from Africa. I know it comes from Colombia. I know it comes from coffee grows where Black and brown people live. This is a part of, and I had to realize, this is a part of my history. Like, I don't know how many of my forefathers came off that boat. Like, I don't, but I know there's some. I just wanted to take pride in something that was like my heritage, and getting other people or other Black people to realize, like, this is a part of us. Like, we can gangbang on these streets as much as we want to, but we don't own shit.
Yeah,
we don't.
You're trying to claim shit that's not even yours.
I don't even, like, this is not the land that, it's not breaded for us. This wasn't for us. We were just here to build this motherfucker. But I wanted us to take pride in something that connects me to my people. And coffee does. And then it allows me to share my story of, like, how coffee did change my life. Because if I didn't get that job back at Pete's, I honestly don't know where I would be. I was 2 strikes in. So one more, the judge said, if I see you again, bro, we basically throwing the books. You about to do 5 to 10. I don't have 5 to 10 to give nobody freely, because I'd be in prison right now.
Or even life.
Yeah. I even had a conversation with my mom for Thanksgiving, and I had to tell her, like, I'm thankful that, like, you chose to change your life. And we definitely lived in the hood. We definitely went through struggles and stuff like that. But, like, you bussed me out to the decent schools. You made sure I had manners. Like, these are the things that I look back, like, she was just trying to instill, like, the normal stuff that we should know.
Well, she's trying to improve. Like, she's trying to give you a better version of her.
Yes.
I was literally having this conversation with my friend today here in the shop, and I was like, we were talking about having kids, and I was like, for me, I don't think that's my path, but if I were to ever have kids, I think the one thing I would say is that you're trying to improve on your parent is the old and busted. You're the new and improved.
Yeah.
And then you become the old busted.
Yeah.
And then they become the new and improved. And whether or not, like, I remember I was thinking about having a kid with this girl that I was dating, and she's from Mexico, and she, is a citizen there. I was like, if we had a kid, like, my kid would have dual citizenship. Yeah. They'd speak Spanish, they'd speak English, they'd have 2 citizenships. And I, like, in my head, I was like,
that's lit.
Yo, that's improving.
Yeah. Old
and busted, me, yeah. New and improved.
Yeah.
That was then, just not anymore. But I mean, that's to your point. I mean, that is very important.
Yeah.
That is to improve, and you're doing better, and your mom had the foresight or the foreshadowing to give you a better life, but at the end of the day, you have to make your own choices.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. And yeah, that's what I told her. I was like, I'm thankful that, like, you chose to do what you did, and how you raised us, and what you instilled in us, and, like, yeah, I'm extremely thankful, because I would either be dead or in prison. Like, yeah.
Ooh, that's heavy.
Yeah.
That's heavy.
And that my mom has always supported everything I've done. Not like, oh yeah, go out there and steal or anything like that. But, like, when I did get locked up, she came to see me. Like, when I did need something, she found a way to help me out,
Like a mom does.
Right. And
Dude.
I don't know. My mom has 5 girls, and we all have 5 different personalities, and we pull her 5 different ways. And I, for one, just applaud, like, how, I don't know how she did it.
Dude, 5 kids and then 5 girls. I come from my father was one of 7 boys. all boys with my grandmother.
Yeah.
That's who I have tatted on my neck. Like, yo, my grandma was a saint. Like, bro, you dealing with 7 boys? Like, I can't imagine 5 girls.
Man.
1 lady.
Yeah.
Stop it.
So, but yeah, and then like, I just saw, like, coffee is a way out, and then I just from there, I just like had a different mindset, and like I can't go to the hood no more. Like I can't hang out with y'all. I just literally had to change my whole way. Mm-hmm. And that's basically been like for the last 7 years. Like November 13th was my 7-year like freedom day. I say my second birthday because I got out of jail in 2015 and I haven't looked back.
Good.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I think I just had to tap into my potential. Like I've watched my sisters who have never been afraid to do anything. Mm-hmm. Like literally, I feel like they've lived their best lives. Like even as kids, like, oh, I want to do this talent show, and they go fucking do it. Me? Nah, I ain't with that. Like I just didn't believe in myself. Like I didn't know the gifts. I didn't know what gifts I possessed.
Well, you got out of your own way.
I did. You're right. I did.
That's like the way you're describing it. It's like, dude, it seems like you were getting in your way.
Yeah.
And now you've removed that barrier, blockade, whatever you want to call it, and you're letting yourself succeed.
Yeah.
And self-sabotage is so... I know how self-sabotage really well. But you've got out of your own way, and you're letting yourself succeed and not self-sabotaging, and you're starting to flourish.
Yeah.
You know?
And it had to do with, like, I know my family has always believed in me, like my sisters, my mom, like I definitely know that. But I think it had to also do with somebody who was in a relationship with me who actually was like, do you really know how dope you are? And that was like the words that she used, like, do you even know? And I was like, I really don't. Because all I know is like, all I knew was like hustling in street life. Like that's literally what I know. And I had to figure out how to, I think the hardest part was like being okay with letting the streets go and being not talked about, but just being left out of stuff, like stuff that I would normally be.
It sounds like your identity.
Yeah. And that you're right. That's what it was. It was like, that's how I identified myself. Like people, people from, they know me.
Yeah.
And they know they can call me, and I'll be right there. We can pull up with the blam blam. Yeah, like I'm ready.
Yeah.
I've never like shied away from that. But me starting something on my own, completely different than anybody that I hung out with, and being okay with that, and being okay with me, and like, this is what I want out of life, and let's go fucking get it. Like, and that's just like listening to Nipsey songs. Like, that's the only like album pretty much on my playlist is like all of his songs.
Well, you know what it is too? I think in like a really weird way, and I hope this doesn't come across as like negative or rude, but like, I feel like that time that you've got to spend in jail.
Yeah.
The solitude, being alone, realizing you're the only one who has your own back.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Seriously.
I know, shout out to your family. I know they have your back.
Yeah.
But this shows you that you have your own back.
Yeah.
And that solitude and that opportunity to be alone and know that about yourself is something really like, dude, I know a lot of people and I have a lot of conversations, and I could be in like somewhere in San Diego and somebody knows me. And it's not saying that to be boastful. I'm saying that because like, that's just who I am.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I'm very comfortable with being by myself.
Yeah.
And I cannot tell you how many people I've met that cannot
sit by themselves
or their own thoughts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And what you, and I say opportunity because sure, it took you 2 times.
Yeah.
But you learned
before
you hit the 3rd.
Yeah.
You know, and to be able to get out of your, again, to say like you got out of your own way and you took these learning opportunities to like grow and to really improve on your own self. Like you were already okay with like letting go of that identity. And like just from listening to you, it seems like you were already okay with like letting that go, but it was more like getting out of your own way and coming to terms with like, it's okay to be okay. Yeah. To let it go. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
It does.
Like, it sounds stupid when I'm saying it out loud. Like,
no, that definitely makes sense. And like, I'm not saying like I was so eager to go to jail. Like, honestly, like it was a weight off my shoulder. Wow. And like, I was like, okay, a whole year I don't have to worry about shit. Like, I don't have to call nobody. Only thing I have to worry about is not getting shanked and stabbed up in jail. Like, psh, yeah, that's something to worry about. You know, I mean, like, I ain't gonna, I'm not like, but like, it was just like, I didn't have to worry about bills. And I was like, the first time in I don't know how long, like the weight was off my shoulders.
Well, the bullshit's kicked to the curb. I mean, like, dude, I saw a thing on Instagram the other day, and it was like, I mean, it's Instagram, but it's a quote, and it was like, think about the people who checked on, or like, who checked on you today. Facts. And then it was like, that's right, get back to hustling. Yep. Like, worry about yourself, get back to hustling. Because at the end of the day, you're worried, like, so many people make up these dialogues in their head where they're fucking, like, thinking people are actually worried about them. Like, dude, nobody's fucking worried. Fuck about you, bro. No matter who you are, no matter what you're doing, nobody cares. Work harder. Nobody cares. Get on your fucking grind. Like, you might be in your own head, but that's you getting in your own fucking way. Thinking that people really do care about you, where they're gonna like take time and energy out of their day to think about some bullshit that you're on. And then like but all the while you're over here stewing on some shit. Like, right.
Yeah, I definitely could say I learned that lesson, because like there's nobody I can say put money on my books while I was gone besides the money that I had. My mom. I will say my best friend definitely came to visit me. That's why the bitch still here.
Yeah, 100%.
Like and then one of my favorite cousin, he was there, but other than like, and he was able to bring his kids so I could see him because I'm their godparent or godmom. But other than that, nobody, through the phone, like you could hear, all right, we'll see you when you get out type shit. Like, y'all not concerned. Nobody. When I get out, y'all don't care. Like, I thought that people would be able to treat me like I treated them, because when some of the homies get out of prison or get out of jail doing a little bid, I'd buy them a fresh pair of Jordans, a new fit, just so, like, you welcome back, my nigga. Like, but I never got that in return.
Damn, that's fucked, dude. I'm sorry, that pisses me off. Like, yo, like, stop it.
And I was just
$200 shoes.
Yeah,
$200 fucking shoes, bro. I remember when I was married. I remember for Christmas one year, I got my ex-wife. She said to me, she's like, "What do you want for Christmas?" I was like, "Yo, I want these Jordans." And I'm not big on presents, but she bought them for me. And I remember we went out to dinner like a couple months later, and I got dressed up, but then I put my Jordans on, and she was like, "Are you really gonna wear those?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'm gonna wear." But they're $200 shoes. What? They don't need to be fucking. They need to be some like stupid Gucci slides. I mean, I have those, but like, I'm gonna put on some Gucci slides because like, oh, these are acceptable, but no. These are $200 Jordan 1 retros, okay? These are $250.
Yeah.
I'm going to fucking wear these, and they're comfortable. So, yeah, no, like, to hear that you're going to give that mile, or even like a fucking outfit, like a brand new outfit, dude, if it's
it was nice like a True Religion. Like, I would buy True Religion. I mean, like, I went to the outlet, but like, I would make sure like you're welcome back, my nigga. Like, you put in work. In my mind, it's like you put in work. We appreciate what you did for the set, or like we appreciate, whatever it was. And I make sure I answer the phone call. I keep money on my book, like on the phone. I put money on your books. Like, I'm just that type of person, because I just know what it feels like to have nothing.
But you know what it is too? I was just, again, having this conversation. It's so weird. I had this conversation today. It was expectations. Yeah. You cannot have expectations for anybody or anything ever in your life. I don't care if you've been married to the person for fucking 10 years. You've known them for 10 years. Family members, no. I have zero expectations for anybody I meet. That includes family, that includes any blood, whatever. That way, if people come through and do above and beyond, yo, thank you so much.
Yeah.
If you say you're going to do it and you don't do it, hey, no worries. I didn't expect anything. And some people will get offended and some people are like, hey, all right, cool. You know, like whatever.
Yeah.
But just because I'm a lot like you. Like, I feel like, yo, when one of my homies got locked up, I messaged him, but he was like, don't come visit me. Like, I don't want you to see me like this kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then also it's like for the people that I love and the people that I care about, like I will go above and beyond. And it's not because I'm expecting it in return. It's because I want to do it for you.
Yeah. And that shit, like that kind of stuff, you know, putting a smile, I don't know, it's just putting a smile on somebody's face or letting them know, like, you ain't out here by yourself, my nigga. Like, I see you. Mm-hmm. And that's all. I think that's what I was yearning for. So somebody just to see me, like, see what I bring to the table and be like, you got it.
Well, it's somebody having your back other than your family.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's for me too. Like, even like for me, I mean, and this is not to like shit on my family or anything like that, but like, dude, my mom has been the only person. Like, my brother, like, did some fucked up shit. My dad did some fucked up shit. Like, my cousins were kind of nice. They're cool.
Yeah.
But like my uncles, like, bro, like, nah, like, we're not even tight. Like, me and my uncles got into it. Like, I'm very like stubborn.
Yeah.
But like my mom, thick and thin, no matter what, my mom's is there always. And it's like, it's one thing, like, your mom has your back because, like, yo, it's
my mom.
Yes, my mom. She's biased. You know, she'll always, like, you're the cutest.
Right,
or,
right.
like, you're the best.
You're my favorite.
All right, mom. Like, you know, whatever. But then it's, like, to find somebody who's really got your back, who's, like, not blood related, who's not, you know, a homie or family, it's, like, that's so rare.
It is. It is. And I'm definitely grateful and thankful that I had met the young lady. We're not together anymore or anything like that, but we're still friends. And I just have mad respect for her because she didn't have to do that. She didn't. I'm gonna just say that, like, she didn't have to. And she was the one who encouraged me to go to therapy and talk shit out. So for like the last 2 years, so I went to therapy, like in-person therapy, and then pandemic, of course. And so then it was virtual. Mm-hmm. And then like I like graduated from that therapist and went to another one. But I had tried to do therapy before. I didn't try. Let me not lie. I didn't try. I was court ordered to go as a kid to talk about certain things that had happened in our household. And I was quiet. I didn't talk.
It makes sense.
I didn't. My sisters, they'd be like, yeah. But like, I felt like I knew what really went on. Like, I'm number 2 in line. So I saw everything. And I just struggled with trying to learning how to use my words to express myself. And so that I always shut down when I have had conversations about anything, and I was holding on to stuff. But going to therapy and her encouraging me to go, and I personally saw the transformation. Like, I'm not saying like I'm perfect or anything like that, but me willing to have certain conversations or being okay with crying in front of somebody, or, you know, letting someone know when I'm not well, like I don't feel like Lanisa, was very vital to where I am today. Because if I didn't do that, I don't know. I think I'd be really stubborn. Like I wouldn't be as vocal as I am because I'm really a shy person.
Really? You don't say.
But when it comes to coffee, it does something. Yeah. It allows me to express myself in ways that I can't verbally do it, but I can show you, you know, or I find just joy in teaching others. I do. And just like letting them know that there's other possibilities. Like even my family, who they still in the streets, they fine with doing what they're doing. And it's like, I need y'all to kind of like look this way. Like I'm trying to build an empire So everybody taken care of. But I know I can't save everybody. But the ones that do want the help, it's here. And I've had more people who don't know me show me so much love than my like my cousins and stuff like that. That's like, yeah, I'm not out here looking for that. But the fact that that's there, I know my purpose is to feed my people with the coffee knowledge.
Well, dude, it's always been said. It's like, it's not your family or your friends that make you rich.
Yeah.
It's complete strangers. And at the end of the day, that's so true. I mean, to your point too, Nip said, like, in Hustle and Motivate, he said, like, stick to the script. Like, make sure, like, what did he say about fishing? I can't remember.
You can,
I show him the water, but I teach him to fish.
You can teach it. Yeah.
Something like that. I'm sorry, I can't remember the actual lyrics right now, but it's in that song specifically. And I hear you say that, and it's like, Nip talked about it all the time. Nip talked about, like, changing the way people reacted. He even said it in that Perfect 10 song that DJ Mustard did. And he was talking about,
I just slapped that joint on the way over here.
That song, Perfect 10, is such a good song. I mean, it's not even really a song. It's literally Nipsey just talking. And it's what he says and how you react to things. I'm like, bro, like, I'm by no means am I perfect. I mean, I still lose my shit if I'm pushed enough. And I've gotten better than when I was younger, for sure. But like, it's a constant evolution. Again, like, referencing a conversation that I had earlier today. This is so relevant to today. I was like, I am a big advocate of not believing people who say, this is how I am.
Right.
I don't, like, I'm 40 years old. I'm
set in my ways.
I'm set in my fucking ways. Miss me with that shit. I don't care what you say. Like, this is not. You're set
choosing
in your ways.
That shit.
Exactly. You're set in your ways when the game's over.
Mm-hmm.
If every single day is a day to grow, every single day to be an opportunity. Yes, you might have thoughts about something. Yes, you might feel a way about, or you do something this way. But I guarantee you, with a fresh set of eyes or a new outlook, somebody will show you a different way to look at or approach a situation or handle a situation. And I'm very much a part of that, I feel like, because I still fuck up a lot.
Yeah.
I constantly make mistakes, and I'm like, okay, how do I improve this?
Right.
Or if I get like my apprentice Natasha, if she does something or she looks at something differently, she's like, well, why do you do this? Or like, why is that? I'm like, oh, damn. Like, and then I question myself. Or even through teaching. Yeah. What I've started to learn through teaching her how to roast, I find holes in my own logic sometimes. Or like, why do I do this? Well, it's just I've been doing it for so long. It's like, well, I don't need to do it that way. Like, oh, okay, cool. Like, and also I've kind of reignited a better, like, a learning, like, I find her roasting, I'm like letting her roast on like an 8-hour roast or a 4-hour roast day. Like, I'm like, here, you're going to do like, half the batches, like 6 or 7 of the batches out of the 14 batches that we're going to do. So maybe 4.5, 5 hours. I find myself sitting there and I'm like, fuck, I want to roast. Like, okay, get off the roaster now. Like, I want to roast myself, like, because I find that like what I'm teaching her to do, but I'm missing the fun of doing what I always have done. Yeah. So I don't know. It's, they say too, when you start to level up, or it has been said, I don't know who they is, but it has been said that when you start to upgrade your life, you lose 99% of the people that were around you.
That's a motherfucking fact. That is. Yeah. That it is, because, I'm definitely learning that, and I've been talked about from like family and people like, oh, you think you're better than us now because you got a little bit of money. Nigga, I still get out every fucking day and work. Like, I was telling them, like, I'm not sitting at home. Yeah. I'm not. This is not just, y'all may see me like traveling, like, oh, she got it made. This is all work.
This is hustle.
This is what it looks like. I just chose this way. And that's what I'm telling you. My hustle's just different than yours. Mm-hmm. You still cool hustling these checks and these pills, like whatever you got cracking. I don't want that. I want my mom to be proud of me. Yeah. Like,
longevity.
That's what I'm thinking about. I'm like, I want to take care of my fam. Like, that's, at the end of the day, that's what my goal is I got to take care of my mama. That's it. Like I have sisters who can, but I feel like I like deep down in my heart, I just feel like I'm the chosen one. Like I don't know if that sounds like I'm conceited or anything like that, but I really do.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I love that you're sharing that with me. I'm so glad you are. Like, for real.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I don't know nobody like me. I don't. And I'm not saying that there isn't, but I haven't met that person. I don't know nobody. I was talking to a friend the other day. I was like, I don't know nobody who in the streets like this. I don't know nobody hustling like this. Like, and it's not like, at the end of the day, like, I want to be famous or anything like that. No, I want to put this knowledge out, and I want to take care of my peoples. And that's what it is. And if it requires me to be the one, the leader of my crew, heavy is the crown, I will wear that motherfucker.
Fuck yeah.
He's like Nip said, like, if I feel like I put my life on the line to gangbang, just shit that I don't even own nothing, but I was willing to put my life on the line for that. If I can't put my life on the line for my own dream, I ain't shit. Like, so I go every day. I wake up. How can I change the world? Like, literally, pinky in the brain. What are we doing tonight? Figuring out how we about to change this motherfucking world.
Yep.
Take over this mud. And if it has, and I'm filtering it through coffee, that's where it's at.
Dude, I literally have said, somebody asked me once, they're like, well, what's the point of Caffeine and Green? I was like, to take over. Like, simple. It's not in a conceited way. It's, I've also said, like, in the last couple of weeks during listening, like, there's a quote that Lil Wayne said, and they were like, why do you call yourself the best rapper alive? And he's like, because I don't think there's anybody better than me. And he's like, and that's not to put anybody down.
Right.
But he's like, in my craft, I feel like I'm the best person.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I feel that every rapper or any person in their craft, whatever their craft is, they need to feel that they're the best.
Yeah.
And that's not to put anybody else down, but that's how he views himself.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel when it comes to this. Like, through coffee, I'm going to take over. I'm going to do what I do. I'm staying in my fucking lane. I'm not competing with anybody but myself every single day.
Me versus me.
Dude,
every morning.
Every day. If Nipsey said too, the competition is the thief of creativity.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, when you start focusing on
somebody
people,
else's shit,
you're not focusing on what you do, because he's like, I want to get every penny that's mine. He's like, I talked to Rick Ross, and Rick Ross said, I want every penny that's mine, no more, no less.
Yeah.
He's like, I want to do everything that's entitled to me. And he's like, and what I'm going to create, he's like, we could all have the same song.
Right.
But nobody's going to do the song the same.
Like, yeah.
And he's like, I can only give you what I know how to do.
Facts.
And that's, to your point, every single day. Like, when I'm out here in the shop, whether it's roasting, whether it's podcasting, whether it's anything like that, the creativity of it is like, perfect example, Onyx Lab.
Got it.
Put out a thing, and I generally don't watch other coffee companies because, again, I don't want to be influenced. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, but I put a video out where we have a disco cap and it has like edible glitter on it, and I was like, I have a gold, like, top and bottom gold grills. I bought them at Slauson. So I mean, yeah, Mr. Bling Bling.
That's where I got mine, joints.
Dude, yeah, I've seen it. No, I was gonna say something about it.
I have another one, but it's only one tooth, and I'm just like, sometimes it just looks weird.
It does look weird sometimes.
So I'm just like,
that's why I've stopped it. But you need to get like the ASAP Rocky ones that are like super far.
I want to. And
yeah.
then like my ex was just like, don't buy any more. Like I had bought it. She's like, don't buy any more gold teeth.
Yeah.
Don't. Not until A, B, and C is done. So I'm like, okay. I'm at A and B. I'm waiting for C.
Dude,
I'm buying a whole fucking grill.
I want diamonds. I want Migos when Migos first came out. I don't give a fuck what anybody said. For real.
I'll feel it.
I swear. But like, what was I gonna say? Like, I just, I feel like when Onyx put a thing out. And in we made a video, and I had the gold grill, and I'm like shining my grills and stuff after drinking the coffee. And then just recently they put out like I don't know, they have this dude who's like a super good cupper or something like that. I'm sorry, I'm like with skateboarding, I don't know names of tricks. I've been skating for so long that I like, this is what it is. Yeah. And so this guy he's like it looks like he's a good taster or a cupper, and then he's also like maybe like a really solid barista. But he like was like cupping coffees. He's like slurping, and then all of a sudden he like shines his teeth up, and he has a gold grill. And I saw it, and I like posted it to my story, and I was like, we all knew who came first with the gold grill, and I tagged Onyx, and Onyx watched it. I was like, yes. I mean, like, I'm not starting any beefs, but I was like, fuck that. They stole this. This is my idea first.
I fucks with Onyx. Onyx is cool.
I've never actually tried their coffee, and I love what they do. It's great. I was just like, it was funny. Yeah. I thought it was super awesome.
I walked into their lab. This is when like no one knew who I was, but my niece and nephew graduated from high school in Arkansas.
Random.
Yeah, and I went out there for my nephew's graduation, and I was just like peeking in coffee, I guess, and I pulled up over there. And nobody knew who I was though, and this is the big one that they had just opened it, and I was like, "Fuck!" I said, "Yeah, this is the kind of shit I need." Yeah. I saw them, I was like, "God damn!" Yeah, they lit. I fucks with them.
I mean, they're doing something right.
They are,
obviously, right?
They are. They're doing something right. I have a couple friends that their private labels, Propaganda, roast with them. Big Face Coffee.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
What?
They roast
Damn.
Him. So
I was wondering who roasted for him.
Yeah.
I was wondering who roasted for him. Because, like, he's like, okay, Jimmy Butler, you're fucking, Mr. Like, you have the money and, like, you're fucking famous basketball player, but, like, you're rolling around with, like, a portable espresso. And, like, a Linea or something like that, right? Like, it's, like, a nice one.
This is, like, his case, he sells it, like, 20 racks, bro. And you can take that joint with you.
Jimmy Butler, come to my spot. Come and hang out at
Pull
Caffeine
up, my
Green.
nigga. Yeah. I know people who know you, so what's up, man?
Oh, what's poppin'? Dude, well, Lanisa, we've done almost 2.5 hours.
Fuck yeah.
To wrap it up, like, let's, do you have any future plans? Where can people find you? And, like, what's next?
So I have 3 different Instagrams. I have Barista Life LA. I have Hustlers Cup. Hustlers Cup, we didn't even touch on that, but that's my...
Dude, I didn't even know about that.
That's my coffee shop. We opened that one in...
You have a coffee shop?
So we opened it, and then I had to step back from the area that I was in.
Okay.
Shout out to Low Key Only. Like, their cafe, but they had me come in and take over a space. So basically, it was behind what's his name? He owns a Fear of God. Anyways, his shop that's downtown. We occupied his backspace for a while. And then, they got to throwing parties and shit, and I can't get caught. Not like there's nothing wrong with that. I'm fully with that, but I can't get caught up in shit like that. That's just not me. And then we did try to open Hustlers Cup at the location that I'm at right now, but that was like 3 years ago. And then the landlord or owner was on bullshit. After we broke ground, he backed out the whole situation. So we've pivoted quite a few times, but Hustlers Cup is coming back for 2023.
Yes.
But it's coming back as a nonprofit. It's still going to be a coffee shop.
Okay.
But it's going to be a nonprofit. And then I have Barista Life LA, Black and Brew. Also working on a campaign called Baristas Behind Bars, which allows me to go into the jail system and give full-blown coffee education classes, get them certified. So when they are released, I can get them hired in about 30 different shops here in LA. Like, that's what I'm trying to do, because I know that was a thing. Like, when I went to jail, they're like, "Oh, you can come out and be a truck driver." Who the fuck? Like, I mean, like, I would have done it if it, other things didn't pan out. But like, there's not a lot of options. When you come out, people check your record. Like, "Oh, you're a felon." Like, "Nah, we really don't fuck with you." But this is an opportunity to give people a second chance. And I've set up shop in South Central LA. I'm off of Slauson, in between 5th and 6th Ave. And that is currently Barista Life LA's lab. We also roast inside there with Crenshaw Coffee. And yeah, I host classes out of there.
Wait, so Crenshaw Coffee roasts their own coffee?
Yeah.
Dude, I need to go up there. I want to go check that shit out.
Yeah, come pull up, man.
God, dude, dude, I'm gonna try to. Are you guys? What day?
Just let me know when.
I'm fucking down. Like,
yeah, I'll give you a whole like show around the lab. It's 6 units as of, I don't even know if I can say this yet, but I don't think the ink has dried on the
we'll wait on it.
Yeah.
We'll wait on it. We'll talk about it like
on the next one.
Yeah, on the next one.
But yeah, we pull up. We roast right inside there. We have 3 farms in Africa, Ethiopia, that we source from. One of them is a woman-owned farm that we send a percentage back to them. We have a farm in Colombia that, well, not a farm, but we have a connection in Colombia that we directly buy from their farm.
So you're in Crenshaw Coffee, or like in that area.
Yeah.
You guys are fucking putting out amazing coffees.
Yeah.
Because the regions that you're talking about right now, it's like, that's fucking legit ass coffee.
I mean, if you guys know Jordan Peele, Monkey Paw, we roast his beans. He is
Wait,
our
Jordan
top.
Peele has his own fucking coffee brand?
He sure does. Y'all need to go pick that joint up
Stop it. Yo,
it's called Monkey Paw.
I literally just started watching Key and Peele.
Yeah.
I've never seen that show until like maybe 2 weeks ago. My friend Danny's like, you need to watch this shit.
Yeah,
it's
you
hilarious.
have to. Did you watch any of his Get Out or any of those
I've
movies?
seen Get Out. Get Out was gnarly.
Nope. And all those.
What was there was like wasn't there a TV show one? Like it was like or maybe it was a movie. Fuck, dude. I don't watch a lot of TV.
Okay.
So when I do see stuff, it's like, it's very sporadic. There was one like where there was like a house. It was like a black family moved into like a white neighborhood.
Yeah. Oh shit. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
That was one of his too, right?
Yeah.
That shit was fucking gnarly.
That shit was lit.
Yeah.
I felt like all his movies, all his shows, I watched them back in the day, and I just was like, yo, you're like, he was dope. And then when he like started Monkey Paw Production, I was like, he really about his shit.
Damn.
And then the Tony was like, he showed me the bag, like their coffee bag, and I was like, wait a minute, that's like Monkey Paw. He's like, yeah, we got him.
Damn, that's so cool. That is fucking so sick, dude.
Yeah.
I fucking love that. When people are coming together, and then it just at the end of the day, cut the bullshit, dude. Everybody drinks coffee, and you're still a person. You're still a fucking person.
You are, whether you want an espresso shot or you want a latte. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't judge nobody for how they drink their coffee. Mm-hmm. You drink what you want. My biggest thing is brew you, because you're the one fucking drinking it. Brew you.
We're going to leave it right there.
Yeah.
Brew you. Okay. So the Instagrams at Barista Life LA.
At Barista Life LA. I have a website, baristalife.la.com. Yeah. I'm in LinkedIn. I'm pretty much on every platform. I do not have Twitter, though. I don't fuck with that. But everything else I have, TikTok, everything. If you have any questions, hit me up. Yeah, I'm open to any and everything. Like, if I'm available till I'm not available.
All right.
So
there we go.
Yeah.
Brew you, baby. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right. Lanisa, thank you so much for coming down. I really appreciate it, especially coming from LA. But yeah, until the next time.
Till the next time.
Peace.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much, Lanisa. That was an amazing conversation. And man, what a story. I mean, whew. There's some heavy moments in there, but it was super, super amazing. And I'm so grateful that she got to share her story with me and all of you wonderful listeners around the world. So guys, I want to say thank you again to Lanisa. Lanisa, anytime, you are welcome back. And guys, I also want to say thank you to everyone around the world who continues to support Caffeine and Green week in and week out, whether you're coming into the shop and getting coffee or listening to the podcast. I see you guys out there, Chile, Mexico, Poland, Germany, United States, Canada. What's poppin'? I appreciate all the love, guys. I really, really appreciate it. And, that's the second one for this week. Next week, we have another amazing guest, and through the month of December, pretty much finishing out 2022. So, guys, I will see you guys next week. Peace!